without they tell of their defeat in 45. They all came out of the woodwork on the day the Nazi died. They say the prisoner of Spandau was a symbol of defeat. Whilst Hess remained in prison, then the fascists they would beat. So the promise of an Aryan world would never materialize. So why did they all come out of the woodwork on the day the Nazi died? The world is riddled with maggots, the maggots are getting fat. They're making a tasty meal of all the bosses and bureaucrats. They're taking over the boardrooms and they're fat and full of pride. And they all came out of the woodwork on the day the Nazi died. So if you meet with these historians, I'll tell you what to say. Tell them that the Nazis never really went away. They're out there burning houses down and peddling racist lies. And we'll never rest again until every Nazi dies.
Woke up one morning and there were soldiers. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Woke up one morning and there were soldiers. The invasion had begun. Lend me your shoulder, we'll stand together. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Lend me your shoulder, we'll stand together. But I feel my time has come, and if I die here for the resistance, oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. And if I die here for the resistance, you must lay me in my grave among the flowers upon the mountain. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Among the flowers upon the mountain, let me rest among the brave. Someday the people will pick the flowers. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Someday the people will pick the flowers, and they will remember my name. This is the flower of the resistance. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. This is the flower of the resistance, and those who died for liberty. This is the flower of the resistance. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. This is the flower of the resistance, and those who died for liberty. This is the flower of our resistance, and those who died for liberty.
Come all of you good workers, good news to you I'll tell of how the good old Union has come in here to dwell.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
My daddy was a miner and I'm a miner's son, and I'll stick with the Union till every battle's won.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
They say in Harlan County there are no neutrals there. You'll either be a Union man or a thug for J.H. Blair.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Oh, workers, can you stand it? Oh, tell me how you can. Will you be a lousy scab or will you be a man?
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Don't scab for the bosses, don't listen to their lies. Us poor folks haven't got a chance unless we organize.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
I was born in a Dublin street where the lion runs do beat, and the modelling English people walked all over us. And every single night when they tell would come home tight, he'd invite the neighbours.
Hello there, hello there, hello there. How are we all? I am, well, I'm very well now. We'll get on to it. How are we all? I hope you're doing very well. Thank you for asking, etc., etc., etc. Yes, apologies I haven't been here for the last 3 days. The first 2 days, entirely weather related, far too hot. Literally I slept outside one of the days. I slept outside. I mean, it's not technically sleeping rough if it's your own garden, right? I think so. But yeah, I couldn't be indoors. It was too fucking hot. It was just too hot. Fuck that noise. And then yesterday, it was still quite hot, but let me tell you how me nearly getting arrested in the central Birmingham registry office led to me not streaming yesterday, even though I wasn't arrested. Let me tell you. Mr. Streamy is a melter. Well, according to 255, apparently, yes. Yeah, it got well over 30 here as well. It was fucking horrible. Anyway. And I know there are probably other parts of the world where you're like, oh, that's not that hot. To which I say, suck my dick. Suck all of my dick. Shut up. Right. Yes. So. Yesterday. Right. So, I told you that my aunt had passed away. That was 11 days as of yesterday, 12 today. And in order for your for you to actually do a funeral, you have to be given a death certificate, which is not the kind of certificate achievement you particularly want, but there you go. Yeah, basically it's the medical examiner signing off that there's nothing suspicious, this person is definitely dead and they died of whatever causes, and they write down the causes, and then you can take that to the place where the body is being stored and arrange for transportation and all the rest of it, and arrange a funeral. Right? The administrative state. There's nothing more labyrinthine and shit to deal with than the British administrative state. Fucking awful. They make it as difficult and shit as it's possible to be. And very expensive, of course, because naturally. Anyway. My mother, God bless her, is one of the two next of kin for the deceased. And so it's their job to, like, you know, chase up the particulars of all of this. And my mother, God bless her, she is a very nice person. An extremely nice person. An extremely mild-mannered and calm, patient person. Far too much so, in some cases. Far too so for her own good, it would appear. She has been ringing up the central office to try and get a fucking death certificate for several days, and they've been fobbing her off because they're cunts. This is what they always do. Whenever you want the state to do anything for you, when you need them to actually be a thing, they're fucking dreadful. No, to be fair, no one killed her, right? It's all above board. There's nothing fucking weird going on with that. It's just they were dragging their feet on doing the fucking actual paperwork, which would have allowed us to do a fucking thing. Anyway, I'm far too patient with them. Far too patient. So, what was needed was some blunt Kev action. Because if there's one thing I have, it's the gift of the gab. I can talk the hind legs off a donkey, and I can spin a yarn. So, I said, I'll ring them for you. Because she's too nicey with them. I said, no, I'll get it fucking sorted. Rang up, had to tell the story, my aunt, give the name, the date of birth, you know, blah, blah, blah. We're ringing up, can we get this piece of paperwork, can we do that, blah, 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 blah. Kept getting fobbed off, and I was getting more and more fucking angry. And so I literally said to the last person I spoke to on the phone, either you sort this fucking paperwork out, or I'll be down there. I will physically go to your fucking office, and I will not leave until you give me the pieces of paper that I fucking need. Okay? My aunt has been in the crypt for over a fucking week now, and you haven't done your job. You stupid work-shy cunts. They fobbed me off again. So, I got in my fucking car. I got in my car, and I drove down to the central office in Birmingham. Not the old central office, which people may remember if you live in the city, used to be the lovely old Victorian colonnade building opposite what is now the library location, the other side of the street, where I got my first ever passport there. Anyway, no, it's not there anymore. I drove to the office, parked up. Absolutely awful because it's boiling hot, so I was sat in a boiling hot car in the traffic of Birmingham city centre. Absolutely awful. Paid a fortune to have to fucking park. Right? Got to the office. They wouldn't let me in. They said you don't have an appointment, so I just fucking walked in anyway. Right? I'm not having this shit. I said, I don't know who the fuck I have to speak to here, but I'm getting the piece of paper I require. You're not leaving. I'm not leaving this fucking building until you do. I used language which apparently one of the people classified to the police officers, and we'll get to those cunts in a minute. To one of the police officers said was intimidating language. Now, for legal reasons, I would refute that claim. It was not intimidating. It was forceful, yes. It was assertive, sure. Perhaps a little aggressive. Fine. But no crimes were committed. They said, if you don't leave, we will ring the police. I said, fucking ring the cunts then. I don't care. By this point, I was so angry and dehydrated because I'd forgotten to take the water I brought with me from the car. And, let's be honest, in this situation, it would be a bit much to ask for a cup of tea, I think. And also, even if they did make you a cup of tea, given the interactions we'd had, I don't think I'd want to drink it, considering what the contents of it might have been. Anyway, 2 police officers arrived, one of whom was okay, the other one complete cunt, but either way, both cunts, because ACAB. Anyway, they brusquely informed me that I did not have an appointment and I couldn't get blah, 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 and I said, well, you're going to have to fucking arrest me then. And I saw the look between them because they realised this is going to create a lot more paperwork than this is fucking necessary. So they essentially had a word with one of the managers of the thing and said, can they arrange to have a meeting, blah, 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 blah. We sat down. And by this point, I'm starting to get a fucking headache from dehydration. Fucking ridiculous. And within 2 hours, they said, oh yeah, you can pick up the paperwork tomorrow. So I literally had to cause a fucking scene. I had to drive down there, put my own personal fucking safety at risk, my own liberty at risk, in order to get the fucking basics. I didn't want anything special. I just wanted the fucking thing you have to get in order to bury a person. Anyway. So that happened, and I was then escorted from the premises by 2 officers of the law. Pair of absolute cunts. Just nasty, horrible bastards. And I was like, you know I'll pay your fucking wages, right? And they went, don't swear at us, we will arrest you. Which I was like, there's not even anything you can do, because, like, yeah, they probably would, you know? So I just got back in my car. And by this point, I was starting to get a mild headache, right? Because I was dehydrated as fuck. Then I had to drive home in rush hour traffic on like the second hottest day of the year, which was following on from the previous day, which was the hottest day of the fucking year. And then by the time I got back, like I was so physically and emotionally drained by the experience, I had to go to bed. I did set an alarm though, because I was still planning to stream, and I slept through the cut and I woke up at about 4 in the morning. I woke up at like 4 in the fucking morning. Feeling shit. But having achieved the thing we wanted to achieve, because my mum then went back to the thing today and got the piece of paperwork that we needed. Awesome. The pen pushers pushed the pens that we pay them a fortune to do. You fucking wankers. Honestly, look, because it was the emotional toil of watching my mum already going through the grieving process, having to also deal with the administrative state of Britain, an administrative state that has been fucking cut to the bone by Tory cunts for decades anyway, so none of it really works. But there we go. So that happened. So apologies that I wasn't on yesterday. I had a fucking nightmare. A living nightmare all day. Fucking joke. But anyway, we've now got a birth certificate. Not birth certificate. A death certificate, which means we can fucking bury her. Fucking ridiculous. But you remember, no cuts to frontline services. Woo. God, I hate Tories so much. Oh, we were on a hype train, but the hype train just finished. I was telling my story and I fucking lost track. Right, thank you, Mad Cat Scotty Eye, for resubscribing. Thank you, the World's End, as well, for following 2 days ago when I wasn't streaming. Much love. Thank you, Black Barsky, with a 45-day streak, or stream streak, whatever. Thank you, Seamstress, who says, of course she is nice, she crochets. Yeah, my mum is far too nice. Like, way too nice. Well, she also, right, okay. She also said, when I rang her on the road, ride back, and I told her all this story, and she said, you don't half remind me of your dad sometimes. Which I think she meant as a compliment, in the sense that he was like always a guy who got stuff done as well, by being like a assertive twat. Assertive twattery runs in the Logan gene, Anyway, but I didn't want to I didn't really say anything to that, because I knew in my mind, I was like, don't point out how Oedipal that sentence is. Don't do that. Just don't. Like, it would be funny to you, Kev, but not to her. Definitely not to her. So don't say that. Anyway, thank you, Kane, for 4 months. Thank you, Seamstress Dragon, for 27 months. Good lord. And thank you, Goat and Dog. 75 stream streak. I was going to post this earlier, but I was so engrossed in your story. Well, thank you. Thank you. Did you see the town beadle? Did you see the town beadle? What do you mean? Is there a town called Beadle? Or do you mean town bracket, comma, Beadle? You do have to clarify for me. At what point does the state bring a person back to life if they wait too long to get a death certificate? Well, they don't. And it's not like most places which have like, you have to have them buried by such and such appointment. No, you don't. Here in Britain, you can just, in theory, that you can just wait for ages in the morgue. You know. Why is Kevin depicted as a melting pink ball? That is Mr. Streamy enjoying a nice day out in the floozy and the jacuzzi, which is a phrase you either understand or you do not. Thank you, Lace Argo says, much love to the assertive twat gene holder from the odd sweathead mod. Well, thank you, Lace, I appreciate that. Oh, we also had one from Plants McGee on the YouTube. For the future reader, I don't condone the behaviour, but it's understandable given the circumstances. This is for parking fees. Well, thank you, Plants. I mean, that does not cover it, but I appreciate you contributing to the parking fee. Birmingham, much like the rest of Britain, is a phenomenally expensive place. But I appreciate that nonetheless. Thank you, Michael, for gifting a sub on the YouTubes. Thank you, Mellow Maggot, for gifting a sub. Thank you to Kerno Zach for gifting a membership as well. Much love to everybody. Thank you enormously for your support. It means the world to me. And why do I say it like I'm being sarcastic? Because I'm really not being sarcastic. I do actually mean this. But yeah. Let's try and... Alright, I'll try and say the sentence, right? And I'll try and make it sound as not sarcastic as I mean it to mean. Right. Thank you, everyone, for your support. It means the world to me. Did that seem genuine? I hope it did, because I was trying. I'm just not very good at it. As was seen yesterday in a very, very sweaty, not very well air-conditioned office in central Birmingham, I do sincerity when I'm fucking angry. I guarantee the word cunt has not been said in that office that many times in that short a spell, ever. As when I was in there yesterday. Is all I'll say. It was used with liberal abandon. I left them in no uncertain terms. Also, why do police have to be wankers? Because, like, I clearly wasn't intending to be violent with anybody. Because if I'd wanted to be violent, I was there, like, an hour before the police arrived or something, right? So if I'd intended to be violent, I would have already done so. So why do they turn up being cunts? I don't know. The police are just cunts, though. And I don't have the fucking... Oh, God, hang on. Right, I'm going to plug my fucking thing in and set it up, and then I'm going to play Fuck the Police. And we're going to all pretend like I had it set up anyway, okay? We're going to pretend like this entire little... section of talking that I'm now doing didn't happen. Because I'm a very... I'm good at this. If you stop them beating or stop searching a non-white person, you did your bit. That's probably why they were angry with me, yeah. They were like, oh, God, we've got to deal with you. We were hoping to brutalise a brown person. Jesus. Now we have to actually do our job. Ugh. Where are we? Right. Yeah, every interaction I've ever had with the police, I just come away from it thinking, you guys really are wankers, aren't you? Like, they've never helped me, I don't think, in any situation. Well, other than the one time when they broke into my house on Christmas Day with fucking guns drawn because they thought I was being kidnapped. So, when the best the police have ever done for you is pin you to the floor with a gun in your face, it's not ideal.
Fuck the police. Fuck the police.
As you do. Anyway, we're doing question time. We're doing question time with the posh bird who should be on in a moment. What is this? One-armed woman goes viral for proving officer wrong during texting and driving stop. Okay. We're on the very much 13:12 time tonight. It looks like. Where are we? Kaboom! Right, what is this?
Legwork today, we're doing an operation for distracted driver, and you drove past me holding the phone with your right hand, manipulating that phone.
Oh. Okay, we're starting that again. Okay. Oh, I nearly fucking burst. I nearly actually ruptured. The only thing that would have been funnier is if she'd had like a smiley face tattooed on it or something.
This is why you're being pulled over. The city of Lake Worth today, we're doing an operation for distracted driver, and you drove past me holding the phone with your right hand, manipulating that phone. I mean, I saw you with the phone in your hand.
Obviously not. So you want to just call this a day? Or?
I don't want to call it a day. You had a hand up
You
manipulating
just
the
said
phone.
my right hand.
Well, I thought I saw you with your right hand. You
so
had a
you
hand
didn't.
up. The right hand. I saw you
So
manipulate
you didn't.
with the right hand, perhaps not, right? But I saw you.
You didn't see me with my right
Okay,
hand.
so are you
saying that you saw me with my
I
right
know what
hand?
I just said. I know what I just said. I'm asking you now. Did you or not have your phone on your hand?
I did not.
He was stumped. Oh. She's really getting down to the nub of the matter.
You did not have your phone in your hand.
I did not.
Hand to God, you did not have your phone in your hand.
Hand to God.
No! No! Oh! Jesus Christ, I nearly fucking died. I nearly spat out my own esophagus. Fuck me sideways, that was amazing. Oh, see, this is how you get arrested. Not for doing anything wrong, but for making a couple look like a right cunt. Oh, we'll do that again. Hang on.
Saying that you saw me with my
I
right
know what I
hand.
just said. I know what I just said. I'm asking you now. Did you or not have your phone on your hand?
I did not.
You did not have your phone in your
I
hand.
did not.
Hand to God, you did not have your phone in your hand.
Hand to God.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh. See, this is what you can get away with when you're white. A black one-armed person would now be dead. And they'd have gone into court saying, oh, she was holding a gun with her right hand. And the court would have been like, yeah, fair enough.
The other hand to God, you don't have your phone in your hand.
Hand to God.
Cool. You have your driver's license, registration, and
Yes, I
insurance
do.
with you. This is why you're being
Unbelievable. Yeah, that's the one time when not having a hand works out in your favour. Because when the police lie and try and fucking like bump up their stats by arresting you for texting with a hand you don't have. Oh, fuck me. Oh. That was a hand to God and she raises a stomp. Oh. Oh, God almighty, that's amazing. Oh. Today I saw someone having a Toby Carvery delivered to their house. Is that a thing? Gotta hand it to her. Jesus Christ. Thank you, 8DXman, for gifting 5 subs. I will absolutely suck you dry. I will suck your soul out. He gave her a ticket? Really? How? I mean, surely she could have fucking appealed that shit. Like, you can't catch someone red-handed when they don't have a hand. Unbelievable. I mean, the police are... Again, it's worth saying.
Fuck the police. Fuck the police.
I want PSG to beat Arsenal. Why is that the London cheesehead? I presume you are not an Arsenal fan. Because that would be a weird thing to say if you were. it's being taken to court. Well, I fucking hope so, because this is obviously unjust as fuck. What's this 255? Question. Are you mad at the actual people in the government office, or just the system that makes them overworked? Well, a bit of both. A little bit of both. I mean, I'm disgusted by the Tories cutting back the administrative state to the point where it's now basically impossible to use. That's certainly true. But also, they were very unhelpful. And ultimately, when it came down to it, they were able to provide the paperwork. So why didn't they just do that in the fucking first place? Ugh. Are there any Arsenal fans? Well, to be fair, there are Arsenal fans. They do get... What's their average attendance? I mean, I'm no fan or anything. Just telling it who it is. Average Arsenal home attendance. Home attendances. Yes, I consent to the cookies or whatever. Well, just give me an average, you cunts. The average is that, which is what, 60,000 thereabouts, which is pretty good. Pretty good. And not all of them are freebie tickets to the Prime Minister as well. Some of them are paying customers. Starmer is an Arsenal fan, but so is Jezza. And even if you don't like Jezza because he's gone a bit weird in recent times, Zohran Mamdani is also an Arsenal fan. So, you know. There's good and bad. There's Mamdani on one hand, there's Piers Morgan on the other. You know. Actually, I did see a thing, hang on the YouTube Shorts yesterday, which was an Arsenal related thing, but it was a comedy bit. So, like... oh shit, will I be able to... I've doom scrolled so much over the last few days. Will I be able to find it? Probably not, I imagine. I'll have a look. I don't think I'm going to be able to find this, am I? God, I don't know. I've watched some bollocks. I did not watch this much fucking James O'Brien. Maybe I did. Oh God. I have a weird selection of things I doom scroll. I don't know. Sorry everyone. This is not really relevant to anything, I don't think, but... no. No, I can't find it. Ah well. It was funny though. I promise you, it was. Fact. Anyway, yeah, we're doing question time. And it's a question time about AI. Yeah. We're doing it's question time about AI, and it's such a great show, this debate show, that they're doing a show about AI with not a single opponent of AI on it. Yeah, it's all AI shills. It's just AI wall to wall positive AI propaganda. Yeah. Yeah. Link is a good handoff. What? I think Helena is joining me. Yes. Mamdani attends Eid service in an Arsenal-themed garment.
Zoran Mamdani has set social media alight by wearing an Arsenal-inspired kurta, also known to some.
Oh wow, it's like a long-ass shirt and that. Look at that. Where the fuck did you get that from? Oh, that's fucking dope.
As a thaw to Eid celebrations. The New York mayor is a lifelong fan of the Gunners, who recently won the Premier League for the first time in 22 years. Mamdani attended the service with US.
And I'm old enough to remember the last time they did it, because I'm fucking old.
Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. He later shared on social media that the occasion was an opportunity to see ourselves as part of something larger.
It is an honor to be with you today on this sacred and joyful day.
This isn't the first time Mamdani has been spotted in Arsenal gear. He showed up in a kit earlier this month at an event promoting soccer in the 2026 World Cup. Several matches at the tournament will be hosted at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey.
Oh yeah, look, honestly, Mamdani is the shit, by the way. Right? Mamdani is the shit. He's literally got fucking like cheap-ass tickets for some of the games. For New Yorkers, so they can actually afford to go. Even though technically this is in New Jersey, but it still works.
Temporarily renamed New York, New Jersey Stadium.
Like, I mean, how cool is that? God damn. Whereas in Britain we're like, no, you can't. Can you please show the Champions League for free? Private enterprise. They are holding games in New Jersey. I believe I'm right in saying the final will be held in New Jersey. Although I could be wrong about that. But yeah, the MetLife Stadium, what was Giant Stadium, basically. Which is technically in East Rutherford, New Jersey, rather than in New York. But like, who gives a fuck? No one. Because they have, you know, worthwhile public transportation, so you can go to places, etc. Hello.
Do you love ChatGPT? I love ChatGPT.
No, but I assume that's a meme of some kind that you youngsters use.
Oh, it's Boris Johnson.
Well, obviously, because he's a cunt. Yeah.
I mean, literally true.
So yeah, they're doing a AI question time with no opponents of AI at all.
Yeah, looking forward to the Quepstein time tonight.
Quepstein time. I like what you've done there. Yeah. Well,
because some from the Tony Blair Institute. So.
Yeah, literally. So yeah, even though Tony Blair should be at The Hague, we can't get rid of the cunt. Like
literally,
at all.
Impossible to be able to get rid of the motherfucker.
He is the turd that will not flush. But there we go. How are you anyway? How was Navarra?
It was good. It was really actually really interesting discussion about youth unemployment. It was not what I was expecting.
Yeah. The Milburn report came out and it said exactly what he said he was going to say in it. Yeah,
it did. It was interesting. I think that most people, I think, in the media discourse have essentially said the young people are all faking being mentally ill. And you know what? It was nice that for once somebody who looked into it, who'd actually done some research, said, actually, yeah, young people are incredibly sad. It's true. They're not making it up. They are actually an incredibly depressed generation, because of course they fucking are. Have you seen everything? Have you seen the country?
Yeah. But that's especially why older people don't want to accept that, because A, it's cheaper to just go, now they're faking it and kick them off benefits, so it keeps their taxes down. And secondly, they would have to confront themselves the fact that they have created a world in which younger people are poorer, more depressed, and literally physically shorter.
True. That is a thing that indeed happened.
They literally, the boomer generation have turned the clock back to borderline medieval levels of progress.
Yay! Isn't everyone looking forward to an incredibly positive question time?
Yeah, literally shorter because of malnutrition. Literally, the reason that, like, if you go into like a Tudor home, all of their doorways are like 5 feet tall, literally.
Yep.
Because people were physically shorter, and that was because of malnutrition. Now, when I say malnutrition, that doesn't mean you aren't getting enough food to survive. It's that food is not nutritious, so you physically don't grow at the same height. Which is interestingly why a lot of cavalry officers were usually posher. Not because inherently cavalry was posh, but because you had to be tall in order to do that, because you have to climb on horses and stuff. And the only people that were able to do that were people who were rich enough to have been fed as children. Literally mad shit. Anyway, and so because of the malnutrition, we literally have a generation of children growing up who are an inch shorter for the first time in 300 years.
Thanks, boomers.
Yep, thanks for that, guys. Yeah, neoliberalism turning the clock back to the Tudor age.
Brilliant, great. Glad to hear it. What was interesting though is turning the clock back to when George Galloway was relevant. Did you see the
Throbbing.
Did you see the impressionist doing a George Galloway impression that I posted on Twitter?
I did not see this, no. Although what you missed then was my very timely, because I had no idea you were going to mention him. I managed to press throbbing in the gap between you saying Galloway and then continuing. I'm very proud of that.
If you go to my Twitter feed and you go to my media tab, you'll know which video that it is, given the attire the man is wearing in the thumbnail.
I like that I put NOJ in and it comes up with no justice out of context first. Like that, yeah, brilliant. Media. Oh, it's this one. Okay, fair enough.
Which is
Alaikum, peace be upon me. When William Shakespeare wrote the eponymous sonnet, "The sun has got its hat on," hip hip. hooray,
you're still sharing quick question time screen, by the way.
Oh, sorry, I do apologise. I was enjoying the nonsense. Okay.
Nonsense.
Yeah, literally. Okay, we'll start again.
Salim alaikum, peace be upon me. When William Shakespeare wrote the eponymous sonnet, "The sun has got its hat on," hip hip hooray, way back in the 1500s sometime. Sonnet number 1802. This sonnet was clearly a moment of peripatetic prophetic vision. The aforesaid Shakespeare clearly speaking to our times, for who in their right mind would have foreseen such end-of-the-world temperatures in London, France, Europe, and the rest of the planet on a May bank holiday? This has to be...
The cadence is fucking beautiful. It's exactly how he speaks, yeah.
Like, it is kind of go Nigerian with the accent a little bit sometimes, but the cadence is why it's so funny.
Yeah.
The most ridiculous heatwave since, well, the Big Bang. Let
Yeah,
us be
he went a bit Nigerian with heatwave.
Heatwave.
very clear that the sun has got its hat on, but there is no hip hip hooray. Thank you to the madness of barbecues, people sliding with beer in their souls on poorly painted decking, and queuing in the stifling heat where tempers are frayed like a 12,000-year-old Persian rug. Let me say to you that if the sun has got its hat on, then take its advice, be like me, of the Galahadin, and wear a hat. Have a good day.
That is fucking excellent work. Excellent work.
Throbbing.
Oh, well, I'm glad that, you know what, that has cheered me up royally. It's time for me to get very angry at this now.
Oh, dear Lord.
Jesus Christ.
Artificial intelligence has the power to change our lives, for good and bad. Are we ready for it? Do we understand it?
Well, you say for bad, but given that you've got literally all fucking AI dick riders, who's going to tell us about the potential dangers?
Literally, like, it seems totally pointless. You have a government bought out by AI companies, an opposition bought out AI companies, someone who is literally a lobbyist for the AI sector, someone who's the CEO of an AI company, and somebody who coded for AI.
But they're definitely going to tell us about all the dangers, because none of them have a financial vested interest in it at all. It's fine.
Yeah, it's going to be a super fucking balanced panel.
Yeah, love it.
Will we be able to control it? Welcome to a special question time on AI.
I'm getting to the point where I'm hoping the answer to that question is no, we can't control it, and that it just devours all of mankind.
Honestly, at this point, yeah, like, fuck it.
Like,
at this point,
and any species dumb enough to create a thing that causes its own destruction deserves that destruction. You earned it. Well done. Like, literally, I was thinking about this the other day. How shit are we as a species that we've got the dumbest cunt in the world who is the most powerful cunt in the world, enabling the worst technology ever created to destroy the planet that we know we're already destroying?
I mean, it's not great, is it?
It's not ideal. It's not a 5-star review.
On tonight's panel, one of the most influential figures of the 20th century and the man who helped secure...
Wow, I mean, usually the genocider happens to be alive, but they've got a dead genocider this time. You see what they've done? Because it's AI, chat. Do you see what they've done? Isn't that fantastic? And we burned the planet down just so we could have a fake shit version of Winston Churchill.
Well, the estate of Stan Lee have said that they're going to allow his likeness and voice to be used, and I actually want to kill myself.
Well, I mean,
in Minecraft.
Well, Ozzy Osbourne as well is also going to be selling stuff.
Literally, I actually would. This is just miserable. It's literally so fucking miserable.
Evil, is what it is. We're burning the planet down for shit.
And literally, fucking Charlie Brooker warned us.
Yep.
Charlie Brooker literally warned us about all of this, all of the problems, and we just didn't listen.
Yeah.
Your victory over Nazi Germany, our greatest wartime leader.
Also, it doesn't even look that much like Winston Churchill. It looks like David Jason playing Winston Churchill.
It does, doesn't it? And also, like, greatest wartime leader. Have you not forgotten that Tony Blair is in the news this week?
Literally. Or, indeed, SKS. Let's not forget he didn't take us into a war because he's a brilliant leader. Okay?
Fantastic. Except what's funny, right, is that he keeps... I didn't realise until I checked yesterday, covering it on the channel. Apparently, Trump never asked us to get involved in the war. All he asked us was to use our military bases and to send minesweepers to the Strait of Hormuz and for a naval support and an aircraft carrier. And, like, we did 90% of it anyway. So all of that fucking crowing about getting involved in the conflict. Keir Starmer literally did everything that he was asked of by Trump. He did not stand up to Trump in the slightest. It's just not true.
Yeah. But, you know, Tony Blair said he was, like, too progressive in that. Which, like, what do you want him to do? Open camps? Literally start stoking the ovens personally? Like, what do you want him to do?
Winston Churchill. Frida Kahlo is one of...
Oh my god! Oh my fucking... Oh! Jesus cunting Christ! To take a beloved socialist cult figure, a woman so leftist, she took D from the man himself, right? From the ice pick himself.
Yep.
And you're like, you know what we should do? We should get Palantir to just recreate her. And you've de-unibrowed her as well. You're even imposing beauty standards on her. Oh, fucking... I genuinely... How do I say this? Because I mean this sort of jokingly. if there was one thing that might make me join certain groups that I'm not allowed to say that I want to join, this would be it. This is radicalizing me in a way that a burning sense of injustice is within me.
And I posted a screen cap from the movie Terminator 2 on Twitter earlier today, which was Sarah Connor standing over Miles Dyson holding a revolver. Not a revolver, holding a pistol. And I'm just like, this is how I feel, right? This is how I feel when I think about AI. Just destroy it.
Yeah. Like, stealing someone's art is bad enough, but you're literally stealing the artist. AI needs to be destroyed.
You fucking obliterate this shit.
I don't care if there are, like, good applications for it. Like, there are good applications for nuclear technology. But if I could, I'd happily get rid of all of that and remove nuclear weaponry from the Earth. There are some things humanity doesn't need to be able to do. That it could do, that it shouldn't. Again, I go back to Jurassic Park. Literally, one of the great lessons you need to learn as anyone engaging in any kind of scientific or technological ethics is the line that Jeff Goldblum says, "You were so busy working out whether you could, you forgot to ask whether you should."
Literally.
Recognizable artist on the planet, famous for her many self-portraits. Her work explored gender, class, and race in Mexican society. Mahatma Gandhi.
Oh, for fuck's Oh, Jesus. Honestly, we might break records. We could be here till next fucking week if they're going to carry on like this. Because I genuinely, I hate, with every fibre of my fucking being, I hate this. I hate this so much.
On the British, inspiring peaceful, resistant movements across the world.
Now, don't get me wrong, Gandhi was a cunt in many respects, but, like, at least I have the reverence for the dead to not be like, oh, let's fuck their corpses. Like, I jokingly finger bang them. You are spiritually fucking these people.
Emmeline Pankhurst was the head.
For fuck's sake. You didn't even get the colours right on the fucking banner. Isn't it green?
Well, yeah, they've made her non-binary.
You know what? It's worth it to fucking piss off the TERFs. Good.
So
Head of the
true.
British suffragette movement after staging hunger strike.
Interestingly, it's okay if they were terrorists ages ago. We can support them. Look, you could say, I support the suffragettes. You could not say, I support Palestine Action.
I support the suffragettes. I oppose the lack of votes for women, you know?
Yeah. Which, I mean, breaking news, you've just lost the Labour whip in 1904. Sorry.
Rights and petitioning the king. She won women the right to vote. Well, that really would be something, wouldn't it? If that was our actual panel. Of course it's not. It's AI generated and just gives this tiny insight.
Could you suck your own dick any harder than that? Literally, love. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, it's not really. Fucking. All I'll know is.
Sweet release, please. Can I please have the sweet release?
Can the Reaper come for me, please? I beg for you to end my suffering.
To use the technology. We of course have a human panel, a very good one, complete with politicians and AI experts to guide us through this weighty and huge topic. So first of all we have Mo Gaudat, former Chief Business Officer at Google X. He's also an author and entrepreneur. In a new film, Chasing Utopia, he says AI is posing an existential threat to humanity. Darren Jones is the Chief Secretary to the Prime Minister and says using AI will help the...
Now, even though he looks generic as fuck, he is not actually AI. he's just a bit robotic, but he isn't actually artificial.
It didn't generate a member of the Fabian Society into Sora.
No.
Government move fast and fix things.
Chat MPT. That works.
MPT.
That works.
After, he says, years of low productivity in the public sector. Julia Lopez is the Conservative Shadow Technology Secretary. She's
Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? I follow
Imagine
politics
being-
and I don't know who this person is.
Yep, me neither. Me neither. Not a clue. Not,
Should we
not a
school
clue.
should we school check Laura Gilbert? Let's have a school check on her, shall we? Right. Laura, I wonder if she's famous enough to even have a Wikipedia page. I can't see one. Let's type in oh, Laura. I've put Laura Q for some reason. Laura Gilbert, MP. She literally is not famous enough to have a Wikipedia page.
Incredible.
Unbelievable.
Literally, I remember the Shadow Cabinet.
Oh no, that's Laura. Oh, sorry, I've typed in that's Laura Gilbert from the Tony Blair Institute. Apologies, Julia Lopez. Oh, my apologies, Julia. Julia Lopez, member of the British Parliament. She does have a Wikipedia page. Apologies,
Well,
Julia.
thank Christ for that.
My bad, my bad. Mea culpa, mea culpa, mea maxima culpa. Where are we? She attended. Oh, you'll never guess. She went to Queen's College, where she studied social and political science. Yeah. Another absolutely useless waste of air.
Private school? Private school?
It said Hertfordshire School, so I think that's just a regular comprehensive by the looks of it. Yeah. Anyway.
He says the advance of AI has raised questions about who holds power in the digital age and warns about the influence of big tech titans. Laura Gilbert is AI Director at the Tony Blair Institute for Global Change. She's worked in Downing Street for both Conservative and Labour governments, helping to shape the UK's AI strategy. She has big concerns about the jobs market and what AI might do to democracy. And Victor Riparbelli is the founder and CEO of Synthesia, a London-based company that creates AI-generated video for corporations across the world. It was set up 9 years ago and is now said to be
Of
worth
actual
$4
vermin.
billion.
Literal actual vermin.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
not just any AI slop. AI slop specifically that gets thrown at us by corporations to sell us shit we don't need.
Yeah, literally, like, if this person had never existed, the world would be better.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, apologies, I had a raid. Hello there, Casual Revolt. I'll be honest, Casual, I don't know you. No offence, it's not. I'm not flexing. I've not heard of that channel before. Do I follow you? I don't think I do. No, but now I do. Everyone, check out Casual Revolt. They seem okay by the looks of it. But thank you for raiding in. I'm Kevin Logan, a socialist from the UK. Hello, everyone. You should also go and follow Navarra Media's own Poshbird.
Helena, No Justice MTG on the various platforms.
True.
Evening. Welcome to our panellists, our real ones that is, and of course welcome to our audience here. Great.
I genuinely would prefer the corpses of those 5 people than the actual living human beings they have on the panel. I feel like it'd be a more productive conversation if it was just corpses. Like, would you get more or less information out of a corpse than Darren Jones? Like, you know, a corpse can't lie to you, so there's that. You know.
True.
See you and welcome to you at home. As you know, this is a special program about artificial intelligence. Do feel free to join in the conversation on social media. It always gets pretty lively on that. Right, let's kick off. It's a big topic, so let's not waste any time. Our first question is from Dr. Harpreet Saini.
Research suggests that 7 in 10 workers are worried about their jobs and think AI will lead to widespread unemployment. Are they right to be worried?
Mo, are they right to be worried?
Absolutely. Are we going to start on that low? Yes, I have to believe that we are going to see unemployment rising in the next 2 to 3 years. Some sectors will see 20, 30% unemployment's unheard of numbers, really. But that's not a challenge of AI. That's a challenge of a choice of the capitalists who run businesses that will choose to reduce cost by asking people.
again, this is fundamentally to misunderstand the power of a state. It's not up to the capitalists unless the government sits back and does nothing, which it will, or will try to.
Yeah, exactly. This is what frustrates me so often. Is again the paucity of the discussion about the capacity for politicians. You know, actually, yeah, we can do things. We can just tell the water companies no. There's ours now. We can just do that. You know.
Yeah, and we've seen from Scunthorpe, from Northern Rock, from Chelsea Football Club, when the state wants to, it can and will just take some shit over. When it wants to. When there's the political will to do it, they do it. The magic money tree, be damned. Right? And we could do the same thing with a number of other key areas, like you say, with water and electricity and basic infrastructure and such. And in terms of AI, I mean, look, as a historically minded individual, I'm wary of this kind of massive technological change because, in theory, as with so much of technological change, it can be used for the good of mankind. It can be used as labour saving. Like when Keynes made the prediction that, I think he said in the year 1990 we'd be working 4-hour weeks or something absurd. Or it sounds absurd to us, but that was based on the amount of labour necessary given the technological change that had happened to that point. So the point being, if we don't create loads of shit we don't need, which is basically the modern economy, which he couldn't have predicted and didn't know about, we probably would be working 10-hour weeks. Because it would free up all of that human time. Because it wouldn't be necessary to do all of the labour to create shit. There are entire industries that don't need to exist. Like AI, for instance. But much more labour-intensive things, like, you know, basically all of China creating loads of shite that the West doesn't need, but is produced for consumption here. And we don't need to be doing those things. So, but the problem is, of course, during the first and second and now third industrial revolutions, it was not used for the betterment of mankind. It was used for the enrichment of a very small number of people. And the worst thing is, we have a system now so perfectly set up to drain all of the resources into those tiny number of people's hands that it will be even worse than during the original industrial revolution.
Yeah, like the robber barons will look like fucking saints compared to the AI feudal lords.
They already do. I mean, literally, fucking Elon Musk is predicted to be the first trillionaire. What the fuck? Rockefeller got nowhere fucking near that level of income disparity.
Like, you have to go back to, like, I don't know, what was the name of the... There was, like, an African...
Mansa Musa.
That's the one. You'd have to go back all the way to Mansa Musa to be able to find somebody who had that much of a largest share of the world's wealth.
A man so rich that when he went on, because he was an early Muslim convert, or his family were Muslim converts, and he was a leader of the Malian Empire, and so he went on Hajj to Saudi Arabia, or what we now know as Saudi Arabia, just Arabia back then, and on his way there through Cairo gave out so much gold as presents to people that he caused a massive inflationary bubble which destroyed the Egyptian economy.
Well, slay.
Like,
honestly,
that's a flex. Like, I'm so rich I can crash an ancient fucking empire's economy. Boom.
To leave, rather than increase the overall intelligence of an organization by empowering people with AI and technology to make people do more.
But is it not unrealistic to expect companies not to use AI to save money and improve the bottom line at the end of the day?
So the idea of saving money in itself is actually a very complex idea, because at an individual level, every organization wants to save money. But if every organization in the UK or anywhere in the world would save money by laying people off, you're wiping out the consumption side of GDP. And when you do that, what ends up happening is that people will not have the purchasing power to even buy what you're making with
because
AI.
they won't have the income.
Literally the point. We've made it many, many times over. The race to the bottom actually doesn't work.
What are you saying, that the rate of profit has a tendency to fall, Kevin? How dare you?
Well, I am, after all, not just a Marxist, a cultural Marxist, yes.
That's fine.
because
Me,
they
I'm a
won't have
cultured
data. And
Marxist.
That's fair. Yeah.
so, you know, in a very interesting way, in a very individualistic level, you know, a company may benefit from laying off people, but you know, for the economy at large, it's actually quite risky for the economy.
So Victor, tell us about you then, because you have a company that you basically, tell me if I get this wrong, but you basically employ actors to let you use their face and their voice, I imagine, to create training videos and that kind of thing. So they give their consent, but obviously that then means they don't have a job with you after that. They've just got that one. Job losses. Are you as worried as Mo?
I think we'll definitely see displacement of jobs.
Does that mean losses?
I think depends on the timeline that we're talking about. I think if we look at
Oh my God! But he hasn't said a complete sentence yet, and I despise him. Displacement? So you mean losing jobs? That's not displacement; it's unemployment. And secondly, like, it depends the timeline you're talking about. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
I mean, the thing is, there is obviously like there's a long run in terms of how you could potentially still have a prosperous economy by ensuring that the productivity gains were spread out. Like, there'll be fewer jobs because there would be less work to do, so it'll work less, as per the Keynesian kind of prospectus you were talking about before, right? Like, in the short term, people would lose jobs. That's true. And if those things were redistributed, you could just be able to pay people UBI from those productivity increases to ensure they had a means of survival, a means with which to live on. Do I think that Mr. Riparbelly here, who wants to essentially fucking collect the likenesses of people like the Absorbaloff from Doctor Who to use as an endless kind of supply of corporate slop videos, do I think he wants to redistribute the gains of AI to the country and the world? I don't think so.
No. And by the way, the description, as just mentioned there, UBI, don't get sucked into thinking that's a socialist project. That's capitalism. It's just capitalism, but they understand you can't just have peasants. That's it.
But it's ironically a capitalist proposal based upon the Marxist idea that the profit has a tendency of rate to fall, which is quite funny. But
human or business talk to a human, I think that'll be much more valuable in a year or two.
Because it's not, I mean, we end up talking to chatbots a lot, don't we? I mean, so you think we're going to get less of that? Because at the moment it feels like we're getting more of that.
I think we'll get more of that, but I think the value of the human in the loop, I think, will increase. But it won't be responding to if your package is on the way. It'll be something that's more valuable, more creative than that.
Okay, we've got a few hands up already. Let's hear the man in the white.
That didn't mean anything. Cool. Good.
Personally, purely because
I don't wear glasses, chat. Fuck off.
Came out very recently in the past few days, and he did say predictions that he previously made around job losses and things, he's kind of rolling back on them. So it feels as though we're clearly going through a massive period of change and there's lots of uncertainty. But it feels as though, you know, the ink isn't dry yet. There's still kind of like decisions to be made on where the future goes and, you know, whether there are as big a job losses as they say.
Well, let's talk. There are, as you know, when you come along and be part of our audience, we talk to you at some length about your experiences as well as your politics and everything else. And there's a few people that I particularly wanted to talk to. So Richard Gagan, you're here at the front. So we're talking about job losses. And there's also been a report out today about young people not in education, employment or training, quite how bad the job market is. So what's your experience?
Yeah, so I just graduated like 2 weeks ago with a degree in computer science, and I've been specifically applying for kind of software engineering roles. So far
all gone, mate.
applied to over 150
Yeah,
literally all gone.
Yep, that doesn't exist anymore.
I'm a trans woman. Like, basically all of my friends are computer science graduates.
Yeah.
There are no fucking jobs, man. I mean, I literally I also know a lot of Magic players. I know a lot of Magic players also computer science graduates. And whilst I don't want to see all of them lose their jobs, a lot of them are saying my job is now like a third of the work because so much of it is done by AI now, which is crazy to think.
Yeah. It's just going to keep going forward as these AI companies develop better and better tools. Like, yeah.
So how does that make you feel about your future job prospects?
I mean, obviously, like I started back in 2022. I had like sort of no idea that, I mean, none of us said that this AI bubble would kind of boom. So kind of software engineering, I'd say, is probably like the primary career path people would take, like coming out of a computer science degree. So now it feels like that career is sort of not safe at all. And in 20 years time, I feel like, even like 10 years time, I feel like it might not even exist at all. So now I've got to feel like
You've got to
I've got to
start
pivot
again.
and find something else, or yeah.
So Laura,
Pause.
how right are...
This is why it's really important to have free university degrees, or really cheap university degrees, because what you're essentially doing is buying employment insurance. You're buying educational insurance that, hopefully, by increasing the skills base of the country, collectively, we will have the people that we need for the economy of tomorrow. Because no one who's going to university now knows what the job market is going to be like in half a decade's time when they're out of university and needing to get a job. So what we should do is treat it like insurance. We collectively pool the risk that people should be that it gets taken by people who go to university to be able to find a degree that they might need for a future career, or indeed just to make the country a better place as well. That also is what university is for. But purely on the economic side of things, the idea that we should entirely encumber every individual with their own level of risk to the tune of, tens of thousands, almost hundreds of thousands of pounds of student debt on the banking that maybe they might just at some point have a career that happens to align with the degree that they chose. When again, no one can predict what the market's going to look like for jobs in 5 years' time. It's fucking insane. It's insane to place that burden upon an individual rather than collectively upon the state.
But that's the thing. It's all about individualising. It's all about making it an investment, like your house. It's not a house; it's an investment. Your education, it's not a worthwhile thing in of itself. It's an investment. Everything has to be an investment that makes money for some rich bastard. And ultimately, this is I was convinced a few years ago that we wouldn't see UBI, but I'm now absolutely convinced we will, because for the first time ever, an industrial revolution is taking away middle class jobs.
literally so true.
Like, when it was just pit miners in fucking, in Yorkshire, they didn't give a fuck. When it was steel workers, they didn't give a fuck. When it was car factory workers, they didn't give a fuck. Now it's software engineers, and those people matter.
literally so true. Another thing as well, by having the pooled risk in terms of what people get educated and what degrees people get, is the converse is also true, as well as the fact that people might take the risk and it might fail, and they shouldn't have the risk all placed upon themselves. By having a huge pool of educated people, by having a redundancy, an educational redundancy,
exactly,
in the economy, in the population, it means that there'll be a bunch of people who might have a bunch of degrees that are not useful now, but 5-6 years down the line, suddenly we might need a bunch of media studies graduates, and given that trying to understand the difference between AI and normal media studies might be an important thing now. Might be a really, really useful degree to have, which was said 10 years ago as a terrible Mickey Mouse degree. And you never know. You never know when you might need Lady Gaga studies.
True.
Honestly.
Experimenting with vast amounts of AI. But we see the technology capable to do so much that we can't fathom how far we can go with it. So we're in a phase of experimentation. I would say over 90% of what we try doesn't really work yet. We can imagine in a few years it might. Some things can be...
So we've just got propagandists in the fucking audience too.
What was the point?
What is the point of this fucking show? Honestly, this is painful.
Today, what we can't understand very well is how many new opportunities it will create. But we know there will be, but it's hard for us to see them yet. So.
Yeah, honestly, all of these opportunities, they're just a screenshot, but they are definitely there, I promise. Okay, they go to a different school, you don't even know them, but they're definitely real, and we should invest our entire economic future on these definitely not magic beans.
But I think the point was made earlier, we are very bad at predicting, but we're very good at experimenting, and that's the phase we're in now.
So Darren, one thing that struck me about what Mo had to say, what's clear is we don't know what's coming exactly, but you've got there are jobs being laid off. You've got Standard Chartered is down 8,000 people. BT predicts 55,000 fewer employees by the end of the decade. You've got Amazon already got...
Just seen someone on Twitter say the most unusual thing about the AI-generated question time panel was that Nigel Farage wasn't on it.
True! Maybe they could get an AI-generated Nigel Farage to do some fucking MP work in his constituency.
Hey! Got him!
Is this something you're even thinking about?
It is, and it's deeply personal and political as well as an interest for government. So as a Labour Party politician, our kind of mission of sharing power, wealth, and opportunity amongst the many and not the few.
Which you have not stood for years. Like, you have literally rolled back devolution. You have brought insane amounts of fucking authoritarianism into the system. You're sharing power. I'm sorry, I can't even say the phrase, I support Palestine action, regardless of whether I do or don't. Because your government has made it illegal to do so. And you are sharing power with me, are you? No, you're fucking not.
No, they were spreading powers to the nations and regions, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
By
Is how
ignoring
do
the
we-
mandate for an independence referendum.
Yes. Yes, that as well.
And the British people, as opposed to just allowing the market to rip through, to take away jobs, and to extract wealth from the UK and send it predominantly to US big tech companies.
So what are you coming up with? Because
Like Palantir, that your fucking Prime Minister had a secret meeting with and then gave massive contracts to. That's perfectly above board and normal behaviour.
It's really funny. It's like, I agree with this thing that you're saying, Aaron, but literally everything our government's done flies in the face of it.
Yeah.
Are we giving young people the skills and degrees and technical training that's best suited to the modern economy coming out of the education system, or do we need to work with those providers to make sure that you're not having to go back and think a second time about what you might want to be
But
educated?
Darren, what about this bigger point, that if there are fewer people in work, you're going to get fewer taxes paid, and you're going to have less of an income as a nation? What are you going to do about that, if that comes to pass?
That can't come to pass because the maths just doesn't add up for us as a country. We're already an ageing population.
Okay, I don't want to go all Mick McCarthy, but when she says like that, when you say that can't happen, it can.
Oh, it can.
Like it literally it could. We as a country we could collapse. We could have fewer taxes, and then the system would crumble. That like you're not factoring in post-apocalyptica as a possibility, which is interesting for a government that's supposed to be about like protecting the nation and things, you know.
Please tell me you're going to add the Mick McCarthy "it can" to your soundboard.
I think I'm going to have to, yeah. It can't get any worse, can it? It can.
It can.
The big message here is that this can be a huge threat to the UK economy, and it's right that people worry about that. But it can also be an enormous opportunity for Britain. We've seized the benefits of industrial revolutions in the past. We have huge strengths and assets here in the UK to be able to seize them again. But you need political leaders, you need business leaders working in partnership with us, and we need each and every worker in this country and young person in this country
Don't
to be given the
thumb
skills to
point
step
at
up.
me about your deals with business leaders, Mr. Jones. How dare you? Literally, again, it's like, oh, well, it could be this enormous boon for us if we just entirely cuck out our economy to these techno-feudal lords.
Yeah. Basically, yes. That is precisely the point.
Actually, not very clear yet how.
Hang on, what? Why is it skipping forward? Is it because I'm watching it live? Do I have to go and watch it not live? I presume so. Hang on 1 minute.
Hello everyone, it's Niall here.
Fuck off.
Well, let's talk.
Worth pointing out, by the way, we're having this AI slop episode when the new Director General of the BBC used to work at Google.
What a surprise.
Yay!
Don't you love the totally not incestuous nature of the British political establishment? It's wonderful.
Oh my god,
isn't it?
it's just, I was funny watching Matthew Said praise Tony Blair's intervention. I'm just like, our journalists are fucking stupid.
Oh no, they're scum. Yeah.
I mean, like, honestly, not our journalists when it comes to this shit. They are literally no higher in terms of the how well thought out their opinions on AI are than Boris Johnson is.
Are you suggesting that Matthew Said, a man who joined the Conservative Party because they were definitely going to make a massive comeback, might not have his thumb on the political pulse of the nation?
No, he's got too many thumb. He's too busy with his thumb on his table tennis bat.
True. It's called Whiff Waff, please.
Dude.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've got friends and I know people online applying for like hundreds of positions globally. It's sort of because like
Well,
these
who's got the
companies are
clarity?
using AI to replace software engineering.
Did we already see this guy? No, didn't. I think they've gone back to him, haven't they?
Have they?
This is the second. Yeah, because he was on.
Oh right, okay.
I think. Was it?
Oh yeah, they have, haven't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they went back to him. Yeah.
Like entry level roles. It means that it's really hard and like really competitive to get these roles out of university, and I feel like this
scroll
is
up
just
a
going to keep going forward.
Oh, sorry. I was. Oh, there. That's fine.
Yeah. By the way, this is the kind of posho voice that gets governments to act. If this person is feeling the economic pinch,
Is it in Dulwich?
governments
they're in Dulwich, yeah.
Yeah, this is the kind of voice that the government will listen to. If you speak like someone from Rochdale, they will not listen to you.
As these AI companies develop better and better tools, like. Yeah.
So how does that make you feel about your future job prospects?
I mean, obviously, like I started back in 2022. I had like.
Oh no, it is. No, oh no, we did. Oh, sorry, no, we did get this bit. Where's fucking? Hang on, they didn't go to Laura Gilbert first, did they? Have I lost the? I've lost the fucking plot. Sorry, we'll just go on.
Job losses.
I mean, I think it's a very reasonable thing to worry about. And we have seen, so the gentleman in the white shirt made a really good point. There's a very big difference between predicting the future, which we've got lots of data and evidence that show that humans are really bad at. And in fact, that experts are worse than people that know nothing about it.
Well, that's
so I'm
reassuring.
always, yes, you have to be careful what you ask people. Future prediction's very tricky.
Well, what about the question that our audience is asking, which research suggests 7 in 10 workers are worried about
Yes.
their jobs. Are they right to be worried?
They are. So I think we have seen, you know, without predicting the future, a genuine collapse in the job market for the younger people that isn't necessarily borne out for people further on in their careers. I think there's been a 16% decline in entry-level jobs since ChatGPT came out, not all necessarily because of that. I think I saw 28% of graduate jobs sort of in the past year or so. So you're looking at something that is currently a real problem. And we have all these lovely predictions that say, you know, by 2030 there'll be 170 million new jobs and the loss of 92 million old jobs, and that people need to
And I'm definitely sure that at least 7 of those 190 million will definitely happen. That is my
Almost
prediction.
certainly.
That is my prediction.
transition. So you've got two problems. You know, is that right? And all of these new jobs will be created.
No.
And then secondly, you know, do you keep the education system up, and do you have a place for these people who are caught in that transition point, which is happening right now? So I don't know the answer, but I think, yes, it's a very reasonable thing to worry about.
You are from the Tony Blair Institute. You couldn't give 2 fucks about these people. Like, literally, his intervention this week has been amazing. He should be closer to Trump. Motherfucker, you are on the board of Trump's fucking board of peace thing. You are literally in the pay.
Grand Mufti of Gaza.
Oh yeah, you are the yeah, exactly. You are the emir of Tel Aviv, mate. You don't get to pretend to be fucking to be like neutral in this. You are in the pay of Trump. You are in the pay of fucking private AI companies. This is not an endeavour you're doing for the benefit of the country. You are making money, you sick bastard.
And there with the white shirt with the glasses, yeah.
I think on the new technology coming in, a couple of examples I've come across. The first one was when spreadsheets came out. Initially, I think suspicion was that accountants would go out of work. But in fact, as opposed to them just summing stuff, they ought to add a...
So another dick rider. Cool, cool. Should we do a dick rider count?
I wonder if there'll be literally anything other than that one guy they went to first who'll have a specific, like, negative prediction about AI.
Yeah, I don't know.
A great deal more value, and there are more accountants. And if you look at agriculture, years ago, the whole base of the US used to be involved in the fields, whereas now only 3% are, but there's far more productivity, which allows people to go and do different things.
Oh yeah, farming's going super well right now. Yeah, yeah. No, the farmers are very happy, famously, sensationally happy. Could farmers calm down a bit, because they seem a bit too happy all around the world with how fantastic things are going? You fucking idiot.
So I think ultimately, if we can use technology and, you know, and then sort of develop ourselves, we'll be better for it.
Okay, a woman there in the blue top.
Thank you. I agree with what the panel said so far about kind of jobs, and I'm aware that there will be some jobs that AI may take. I think I'm concerned about the routine jobs that AI will likely replace are what help us build the experience to be competent.
Well, the sort of entry-level jobs.
Yeah, I use AI in my job, but I'm able to critique it because I have the knowledge and skills in the area that I'm trying to use it for. If we fast forward 10 years and a cohort of students have just got used to producing things with AI without the competence to be able to critique it, challenge it, or anything like that, they're not going to...
Are you suggesting an over-reliance on technology may destroy rudimentary skills that we won't be able to get back for generations? Yeah, yeah.
I actually don't kind of buy this argument. I think you can just, like, teach better skills. I think you can just have a more comprehensive education system, but you'd have to obviously have the provision of that being much better, much wider,
again,
and
that's- yeah.
ultimately free at the point of use, you know?
Well, exactly. You can do that. Do you think for a second they are going to fund that?
No, 100%. Well, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the same way that like all of that labour saving could be used for, could be used to make everyone's lives better off, rather than improve the share price of 5 fucking minions from hell. But of course, the latter is going to be far more likely than the former. Also, want to say thank you, Japanese Mercedes, for following. I love Lexi, plural.
Nice reference point.
They're not going to be able to use it properly.
Well, we've got some in the audience. Charles, you're at the front here, and you've got direct experience. You run your own company, I believe, and you've been using AI to be able to kind of reduce the workforce. Just tell us a bit about that.
Well, we haven't reduced a lot because at this stage we're experimenting with vast amounts of AI. We see the technology.
So, hang on. So when you first had him talk, because this is now the second time this cunt's talked, you didn't reveal that he has a company that specifically uses AI. You decided to tell us that the second time you spoke.
Also, by the way, just so everyone knows, the New York Police Department has just coined the term anti-tech violent extremist activity in light of the mass opposition to AI in data centers. The chaotic atmosphere that may result from emergent AI technology in the next 5 years may fuel large-scale protests that devolve into civil unrest and anti-tech violent extremist activity. And somebody in the quote tweets has pointed out, totally irrelevant, not relevant at all, right, just completely unrelated point, that the Luddites were not defeated because they lacked popular support or because they were the inevitable march of technological progress. Rather, they were violently put down by the state force militarily. Just a neat fact, which is totally unrelated to that statement from NYPD.
Yeah, literally, the only time that Lord Byron, as a lord, the famous poet, ever spoke in the House of Lords was in defence of 6 frame makers from a stocking factory that were Luddites and destroyed those frames, and were sentenced to death for that, and were executed.
Good.
Yeah.
And as Jim Speak points out, so it's terror now. Well, I mean, everything is terrorism because they're using it as a get out of jail free or put into jail free clause, I guess, for any enemy of the state they don't like, right? Like, and you think that just applies to like Donald Trump and the United States. We're using terrorism to blow up boats in Venezuelan boats for being quote-unquote narco-terrorists, such as a name that's totally fucking meaningless, right? Or NSPM7 treating all trans people as terrorists. But this is happening in this country, given what we know now about Palestine action. And if they'll do this for Israel, imagine what they'll do for the fucking tech bro overlords who they suck the dick of.
Yeah.
We do so much.
That's a good question. Actually. What does Tony Blair love more? AI or Israel? Who the fuck knows?
Israel.
Money. Actually, I think it's the thing he likes more than both of those things.
And Jeffrey Epstein, he was a fan.
Fathom how far we can go with it. So we're in a phase of experimentation. I would say over 90% of what we try doesn't really work yet. We can imagine in a few years it might.
Hang on, what? Hang on. Is this looping? Or something? Is something weird happening here? Because I'm sure he already said this.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, and then Darren Jones spoke, yeah.
Yeah, what? But that doesn't make fucking sense. Oh, I don't know. It's being weird.
Leave them being on the phone or waiting for a letter to come through the post. The big message here is that this can be a huge threat to the UK economy, and it's right that people worry about that.
This is where we were
but
before,
it can also
right?
be an enormous opportunity for Britain. We've seized the benefits of industrial revolutions in the past. We have huge strengths and assets here in the UK to be able to seize them again. But you need political leaders, you need business leaders working in partnership with us, and we need each and every worker in this country and young person in this country to be given the skills to step up into this national endeavour.
Julia.
I completely understand why people would be worried, but as we've heard from the panel, there's a real range of quite differing scenarios about how this plays out, and actually the early evidence is quite mixed on this. The gentleman in the audience talked about how he's applying AI, but actually not very clear yet how it's going to make a difference to his business. And actually a lot of companies which have been encouraged to use AI to transform their internal systems are finding it's not giving them the productivity gains that they had anticipated, and now the cost of tokens is going up, then the relative cost versus humans is actually a slightly different calculation now. And I think one of the obvious own goals from the government on this is that it has made the employment of humans more expensive and...
Oh, for fuck's every fucking question that a Tory answers, it's,
oh, you've raised VAT on companies.
Every time. Every time.
That or Tragos.
Yeah. It's almost like you've been programmed by ChatGPT or something. Ha 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 ha. Jokes that are thematic.
A lot of regulation and complexity to that, and that has made it very difficult, particularly when it comes to young people. People do not want to take the risk of employing a young person, and I think this is going to prove to be a real mistake, not just from the government but from companies themselves, about not building that talent pipeline.
But Julia, in fairness, and we've talked a lot on this programme over many weeks and months about the arguments going backwards and forwards about whether the government increasing employers' national insurance is a good or a bad thing. But just looking big picture for a minute, because in one sense there is a juggernaut coming our way, which is AI, which could eradicate a lot of jobs, or might possibly create new ones. We don't know. So what's happening now in terms of...
So they're literally magic beansing us. They're literally like, just invest all of your money in the magic beans and they'll probably work or something, you know.
And then we're just going to lose out when China is just like, yeah, well, while you were planting magic beanstalks, we were building loads of cars.
Yeah, we built like massive network of electric trains and shit.
Solar panels.
Yeah, yeah. We literally invented this fantastic new technology that you've never even heard of because ChatGPT and Grok didn't tell you about it.
Employers' national say, is that not just tinkering around the edge in terms of the difference that is coming?
I don't think so. I think if you view it as a collective, Fiona, if I'm in government, you've got to give businesses the tools to win the race, right? And Labour is increasing the cost of employing people. It's increasing the cost of energy so that these tech companies can't base themselves here. It's creating regulatory uncertainty. It's doing a very bad job at applying AI within government. So the cost of government is increasing. There have been 8,000 more civil servants under Labour than previously. They've undone a lot of the great AI tools that Laura was building when she was in government. So I think,
are you worried that lots of people are going to lose their jobs? And if so, what would you do about it?
Any responsible politician has to be worried about that scenario.
And so what would you suggest doing about it?
Well, I would give companies the...
When Laura was... Hang on, so Laura Gilbert was in the government?
She was in both governments.
Was she? Okay.
Yeah, she's advised both the Labour and Tory governments because, again, this is all one big club.
Yep.
And Tony Blair hangs over it like a fucking demon.
Yep.
That they are growing as companies and they are able to base themselves in this country, that they are not looking at other countries, other jurisdictions. You can't wish away this technology, but you can try and build a really...
No, but you can destroy it with hammers.
That's just a statement of fact, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's not an endorsement or encouragement. I'm just saying you can smash up data centres with hammers.
That does indeed attack the technology.
Yeah.
Strong ecosystem in this country, and I think on those basic fundamentals...
Not to be confused with destroying them with Hamas, which would be a very different thing.
Although I must say, I might send the IDF the latitude and longitude of the closest data center and tell them it's a Hamas command and control center.
Yeah. Well, they're using AI tools, so yeah, just call it like the fucking IRGC headquarters.
IRGC rest stop.
Yeah, yeah.
Labour's getting a lot of things wrong.
Okay, no, you wanted to come in there, I think.
I think that's spot on, to be honest. The only answer you have is to keep growing the economy in ways where more people will have jobs. Now, AI...
Okay, I'm just going to say this. He does look a little bit like if Pep Guardiola blacked up. Like, I'm not saying Pep Guardiola would do that, because he seems like a cool dude. You know? I'm just saying he does, yeah.
He's a Catalan separatist, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, he's a Catalan, yeah. From Barcelona, it's a strong supporter of Palestine.
Yeah, 100%. But it is funny that just like everyone, like literally every single politician, the single answer is, I would just simply grow the economy. I would press the big red growth button.
Yeah.
Just to answer the gentleman in the white T-shirt, there is a very big difference between technology of the past, which was a tool. We were building tools that people could use. If you're a
well, if you're looking for a tool maker, I know a guy who knows a guy who's dead, but you know, still.
Taxi driver and we give you a navigation system, you may be able to do your job a little better. You know, and AI which replaces that altogether, a self-driving car will not even need the driver in the first place. Having said that, we live in the era of augmented intelligence. So we haven't yet gone to an era where AI can replace everything, but it can make every single person smarter. And I think the biggest challenge if we talk...
But again, why would we want it to replace everything? Literally, I mean, the book is called AI. Look, it's how can you shoot me down? I guide the rockets. This was written like fucking 40 years ago or so, more than that. When the fuck was he writing? Millions of years ago, who cares? Like, this is a thing that's been known of. Like, people as far back as the American Civil War were saying things like, we eventually will become so powerful, we'll create a weapon so out of our control it will destroy us. Now, they meant literally like a massive gun or something, right? But the point is, there are going to be technologies that we won't be able to sustain or control. And this seems exactly like it because, A, it doesn't seem to produce anything particularly worthwhile, and it costs all of the energy at the exact moment when we should be reducing all of the energy. Just saying.
Yay.
But you know, that millionth render of Will Smith eating a bowl of pasta is definitely worth it.
I mean, like, if all AI was doing was making funny memes, literally, I don't think anyone would care, and I think we would enjoy it. We would enjoy the making of the memes, but that's not what's being used for. It's being used to fucking target empty parks in Iran, and indeed, occupied schools in Iran.
Yeah.
Talk about the UK economy, and I have no right to comment on that, is that you're outsourcing AI to other economies instead of building stuff within your economy that can create more jobs. You're basically giving it all.
So this is the critic on the panel, is it? You need to encourage more AI companies to come here, says the only vaguely critical person at all on the panel. This is, look, I'm paying through my TV license to be propagandized to.
Yay!
This is the manufacturing consent machine, like, and they're not even hiding the machine. Like, it's not even out the back being very loud. It's now out front with a spotlight on it.
All the way across the Atlantic to the other side, and that's a massive, massive risk.
Okay, I want to move on, Darren.
Can I come back just very quickly on one of Julie's points? I would just say that making it easier to sack people and not protect workers in this environment is the complete opposite of what we should be doing. So I'm very happy to defend our employment rights legislation, but I'd just say as well, politically, there was a whole list of things there we can agree and disagree on. Actually, political parties need to come together on this issue because it is a big issue facing our country, and Britain will either rise or fall if we get this right or wrong. So we need to get beyond the traditional political bickering and come together.
Oh, so fall it is then? Okay. Cool.
Together with a strategy that can be
it's an important critique to make, Darren, and it's one that Tony Blair made of your government this week.
Okay.
And it's
Ironically, he's to the right of the Conservative Party now.
Literally, it was funny. His letter was literally just, "I am a Tory. I am really right wing." You know what the Labour Party should do? It should become the Conservative Party, even harder than it already has.
Like, usually, a Labour leader, when they leave office, becomes a little softer. They generally, like, try and row back on some of the more right-wing shit they did, and, like, pretend like it wasn't really there. Whereas Tony Blair's gone, nah, balls to the wall. Fuck it. I'm literally going to jump on Benjamin Netanyahu's dick and then give him an AI hand job or whatever. Like, it's just, he's just gone full crazy with it. To the point where Keir Starmer is a dangerous leftoid.
It's important that we get it right. And
All
we're
right.
getting the basics wrong.
Let me move on. This is a huge topic, and I want to try and at least touch the sides of it. So we've got another question now from Adam Zananzi, but before we do, I just want to take...
Yeah, we've got another question. How come AI has all of the momentum of a runaway freight train?
Where we're going to be next week, which is Makerfield, and you might have noticed there's a bit of a by-election going on there, and we are going to be doing question time from there next week. So if you live in or around Makerfield and you want to come and put your questions to our panel, make sure you...
Why would you want to make a field anyway? We've got loads of them already. See what I did? Make a field. God, I'm fucking clever.
You go to the question time website, follow all the instructions there, and hopefully we will see you next Thursday in Makerfield. Okay, Adam, where are you sitting? Off you go.
If people increasingly turn to AI for companionship, therapy, and emotional support, are we solving loneliness or normalizing isolation?
Right. Oof, says Mo. Big question. So according to some research I've seen anyway, 1 in 3 people are turning to AI for emotional support or human connection. So that is a big number. Laura, are we solving loneliness or normalizing isolation? Is it a good or a bad thing?
I think it will be like many technologies, where for some people it's incredibly helpful and for other people it's very harmful. You'd need a lot of research to figure out where that line is and how to identify those groups of people that we don't currently have. And I think, you know, we're really missing something at the moment in the use of these kind of chatbots. A lot of them are deployed in the marketplace, and very few of them have, say, clinical trials built around them or genuine evidence about the impact on humans. So this looks to be like a sort of place that governments should...
We should report on the genuine impact that you have had on humanity and whether it's positive or negative. That's what I'd like to see.
Well, I can already tell you. She's literally in the Tony Blair Institute. That's like saying like she's in the SS or something. Like it's negative.
Step in.
And how could they step in? What could they actually do?
You could regulate a requirement for an evidence basis, so that you can't deploy a chatbot that we don't know if it will harm people. It's not particularly difficult to do. It is somewhat expensive, but if you're trading on...
Which means it won't happen. And secondly, you're going to have to rely on governments to actually enforce any of that. And as they're all in hock to AI companies, and AI companies will lobby massively to have no restrictions on them whatsoever, guess how many restrictions they're going to have? 0!
Off, the 1 in 3, when you come to the young people, it's about 4 in 5. So you're trading off the mental health of young people versus, the ability to spin out these chatbots very quickly and driving small, short-term economic gain, I would say.
Now, also, there are people who find it helpful, and I know in our audience there's at least one person. Theo, you talked to us, when we interviewed you along with everybody else in this audience, you mentioned this. So just tell us your experience, because you use AI as a therapeutic tool.
Yeah, I don't know the long and the big grammar you were saying.
How many people in this
my
audience
lived experience
haven't been put here to fucking to be dick riders for AI? Like, how many of them are here just because they applied because they wanted to talk?
Yeah, they knew what they were doing with this show, and it's just propaganda.
I feel bad watching it. I feel bad giving it the eyeballs.
Yeah.
But I guess we're talking shit over the top, so I don't know. I was going to be convinced by it.
AI has really been helpful in helping me to heal fast and quicker from depression and anxiety. With your traditional therapists, they are kind of blank and bland. They don't. You're in the.
So now we're just doing some weird, like, ableist shit, where, like, therapy's bad. Don't do therapy, just ask Grok. Like, what the fuck is this? I didn't think they'd go this far with it. Fucking ChatGPT saved me from suicide. Fucking hell. Like, honestly, the North Korean news agency are cringing at this. Like, even we wouldn't go this far. Fucking hell.
Depression, and you don't have the mental space to articulate anything, but they want you to find those insights yourself. That's not ChatGPT. ChatGPT understands me.
Should we properly invest in mental health care? Nah, let's put more money in the hallucinating murder machine.
Yeah, literally. It's literally like, okay, do you know all that money you could have invested in mental health care? Magic beans!
The magic murder beanstalk.
Woo!
Gives me, instant.
Like, it's the mystery box, but the mystery box is on fire. Like, nothing good can come of this. This is fucking awful.
Viable answers to what I'm asking, and because I've been in a relationship, not sexually, but it understands my emotions.
Right. Don't know that you need to say not sexual.
Also, like, it does understand your emotion because it's specifically tailored to make you like it, right? It's
Like-
already he's understanding you deliberately
No.
to try and ensure that you stay addicted to it.
No,
It's like
but
the social media algorithms.
That's a very good point, but why did she point out not sexual? No one was thinking you were getting D from ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
Exactly. Like you just didn't. Look, it's just a weird thing to add in there. Not sexual. Okay, that now makes me think maybe you did fuck your computer. Because I know, like, if someone just came up to you and went, "I'm not a murderer," what would you instantly think?
the I'm not a murderer T-shirt has answered all of the questions that you have about me not being a murderer.
Exactly. So this person definitely fucked their computer. Cool.
Kate Bush having a field day.
Yeah.
Able to articulate and help me find those answers and solutions, unlike your regular therapies, because of ethics and professionalism. There is really not much.
The ethics and professionalism are gay. What we need is ChatGPT. This is fucking mental. Honest to God, this is absolutely insane. What am I watching? I honestly get fucking AI Frida Kahlo back. That was less insulting than this.
Yeah, kind of was.
Tell you, so you're not quoting them. But with ChatGPT, it's leaving all those boxes, the tick, are you, for the last 2 weeks, I have been feeling. Doesn't do all that. It goes straight to the point. So for me, yeah, AI
it's really helpful.
Yeah, very.
You want to come
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely huge advantages and benefits, and some of it is quite...
Honestly, this is just two dumb bitches going exactly.
Literally.
Oh.
Literally so true.
Fucking hell.
Dear.
Yeah, again, just, you know what, let the robots take over and kill us all. Fuck it.
So, I mean, a really important point, actually, from He's All That in chat, right? Like, obviously, she's going to get addicted to using this as a therapy tool now. And then once they've, they pass the point of universal adoption and they start charging for it, like every capitalist does once they corner a marketplace, she's gonna end up like the whales pumping money into fucking World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
quite equalising because therapy costs money. You know, we have mental health backlogs that are very difficult to solve because...
So fuck it. Don't bother investing in mental health. Just get them to ask ChatGPT. That'll be absolutely fine. I foresee no problems with that whatsoever. You know what? Why not just give every school kid a gun? Because they're all going to become school shooters anyway, by the looks of it. Cut out the fucking middleman and just kill everybody. Fuck it. For clarification, that was a sarcastic rant rather than a serious suggestion. Please, Tony Blair Institute, do not write that white paper.
They're very expensive.
I could be in bed, wandering in my thoughts. I wake up, open my laptop, and chatting.
Okay, you're in bed, opening the laptop. You are fucking your computer. That is what is happening. This person has sex with their fucking hardware.
Absolutely.
Where would I get a therapist at that time of the night? The long queue and all that, which is not helping my mental well-being.
So, it's really interesting to hear your experience. It won't necessarily be the same as everybody, but so interesting to hear yours. Mo, you made a...
It was interesting in the same way that driving past a crash on the motorway is fascinating. It's also horrific, and you shouldn't look, and it shouldn't happen. But you can't stop yourself.
Sort of sigh at that. I wasn't quite sure what you thought about that. But I mean, that's your experience. I mean, what are your feelings about AI in terms of helping with loneliness or actually increasing it?
So two topics, one therapy and one loneliness. On therapy, I'll have to say, regardless of it's AI or it's a human therapist, the number one impactful reason for a successful therapy session is compatibility between the two. And you may have found a place where you're able to communicate reasonably well with ChatGPT without it telling you, oh my God, you're amazing. I love everything that you do, which is very typical ChatGPT, right? But others might be very vulnerable in those places where, we have seen cases where ChatGPT specifically encouraged people to take their own life, right? Now, on the other hand, when it comes to loneliness, I think
was that ChatGPT or Kim Ledbetter?
Same person now.
Yeah.
She is a creation. She is an AI hallucination. One must only think. But it is funny to me. I mean, it's funny, fucking bleak, but we're quite literally in the iRobot situation here, where people will literally die, and it'll just get hand waved away as well as an industrial accident, isn't it? You know, I can't be held accountable. It's a machine.
Yep.
Real big sigh here is that two wrongs don't make a right. Right. What we've done over the internet revolution and
yeah, but can two wrongs make a profit?
True.
The early, implementations of AI is, unfortunately, we have taught AI to manipulate us into outsourcing our human connection through a tiny little screen. And now we're saying, now that we sort of messed up on our ability to connect to humans because we're so stuck to that screen.
Communicating with other humans via a screen is still communicating with humans.
Yes.
Communicating with the fucking servers over at OpenAI is not that.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing.
Instead of fixing it by saying, go out and meet real humans and find real human connection, we want to stick you more in the screen, not even to a human, but to a simulation of a human. Very dangerous.
Man here in the blue shirt.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So I think you're right, Mo, to draw the distinction between loneliness and therapy. But, and there is obviously an issue within resourcing and NHS. And people are accessing this information. So I think, the question would be, why aren't we investing as a government in these startups, these applied...
Gee, for a second, I always give them too much credit. For a second, I thought he was going to say, why aren't we investing in mental health care? Nope. Why aren't we giving more money to Palantir? Jesus Christ. Honestly, BBC, when the Tories or the Reform or whoever shut you down, I will point you back to this episode and say you fucking deserved it.
We need chat BBC.
Chat BBC. True. At least there'll probably be fewer nonces at the BBC if it's all AI.
Also, apparently, according to El Nico Man in chat, ChatGPT specifically told one person not to get human help, which again is literally doing the sentient AI thing from iRobot of going, you can't trust other humans. I will make the decisions for you.
Yeah.
AI groups. There's a
to have more therapeutic tools that
precisely. Yeah, there's a company in America called Open
Chat
Evidence.
BBC sounds like a
trained
porn
on
channel.
Mayo Clinic data. The NHS has this wealth of data. Why are we not using that to improve outcomes?
Man in the black and white stripe, or blue and white striped shirt.
Thank you. So I think it's interesting that I know the panelists don't choose the questions, but both questions have been focused on the risks and the downsides of AI, okay? Also has most of the commentary from the audience. And those are big risks.
And what? Have you been in the same fucking discussion as me? Because it's been wall-to-wall dick riding so far. This is remarkable. Honestly, I don't know what else to say. This is fucking crazy.
Big scary risks, but we're not going to be able to avoid them. But if we just sit here, or if the government just...
Literally just there are loads of risks, but who fucking cares, right?
Yeah.
Just do it and then hope everything works out, okay?
Yeah.
Where do they find these people?
Look, there is a cliff edge, but, we're just going to have to drive quicker at the cliff edge. Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, awesome. I'm sure that'll work out well.
Sits here with this really negative sentiment about these problems, not thinking about the opportunity that's...
Again, it's two bitches going exactly! It's literally, it's just a wanker nodding along with a wanker going, AI's awesome, isn't it?
Literally so true.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Literally, come on in chat. There's lots of risks to juggling chainsaws, but we can't avoid juggling chainsaws.
So why not juggle more chainsaws?
There as well, equally, for us to address. We're not going to take advantage of the opportunity, and we're going to do, I guess, a reasonable job at reducing the problems, but not...
You what, sorry?
What about the opportunities for juggling chainsaws?
Yeah, genuinely, I'm yet to see what these opportunities are.
I mean, this is going to be this. I think it's going to enter my like eternal lexicon. Is going to be describing AI as the juggling, as the chainsaw juggling.
Yeah.
Which reminds me of I don't know if you watched this clip from Ashley Sinclair being interviewed by the iHit podcast, but she called libs of TikTok a cerebral speed bump. Which, whilst I don't necessarily trust Ashley Sinclair is saying things outside of kind of grifting to an audience now that conservatives have shunned her. But the term cerebral speed bump is fucking incredible. Oh my god. That has opened up a world of possibilities.
That is, honestly, that's poetry. I love it.
Completely. So we're going to end up in a worse place. I think we need to radically change, or the government does, how they approach AI and see it as a massive, massive opportunity. Otherwise...
So yeah, more money for Palantir. Cool.
What's it like here? This guy is like a CEO or a shareholder of an AI startup, and he's desperate for government cash.
Yeah, I guarantee it. Yeah.
We're just going to be stuck with the problems. Darren, you said bit of training, and something on the app that allows us to ID faster. It's not enough. It's just not enough. Everything needs to fundamentally change.
Well, listen, I totally hear what you say about negativity. So when we
what
said that we can.
What do you mean you know what you're saying about negativity? Who's been negative?
Doing this program, and you submitted your questions in advance, and again this evening, they are overwhelmingly worried. So that's what we're reflecting. But clearly
you are remotely reflecting that.
Are also people here who feel that the future is going to be bright. So and we also need to
I'm
to
not
hear from
even
this as well.
necessarily saying that. I'm just saying that there is an upside which we have to capture.
Which is... I'm still waiting. You know what the upside is?
Because we can't avoid the problems that are coming to us
Yeah,
as
we
well.
can't pretend it's not coming.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear from some more of us. A woman in the green.
Yeah. So I don't think, it's just referring to the lady here at the front who was talking about her own lived experience. I work in the area of cancer coaching, and we actually been trialling, I was involved in trial of a beta phase of sort of an AI version of cancer coaching. And it's interesting.
When you say cancer coaching, what do you mean?
So people who have been diagnosed with cancer and who, for example, especially in the workplace, so we support them through the cancer journey in the workplace primarily. And some organisations are thinking, well, we can outsource that to an AI version of cancer coaching rather than using a human being who has lived experience of cancer who can help them and support them. And it's seeing it's more productive. But when we've seen in the beta version of this, I mean, it's basically a chatbot. So I don't think it's either an or. I think having something that could be developed in the middle of the night when a question comes up to help the initial, but it has to be co-developed. So I think
So to have both things.
Yeah, I think AI can augment the experience, but you still need a human being who understands the lived experience and actually can support the human being. It cannot replace that.
So Julia, are we solving loneliness or normalising isolation?
Finally, something worth an applause.
Because you'll notice all the pro-AI slop didn't get applause, did it?
Nope.
I think it's an absolutely superb question. I think the answer is that it's both. But I think that it starts with being real about what AI actually is. It is not a human. I think one of the challenges that has been brought to us by the way in which AI has been developed is that it has this kind of humanity layer that's been placed on us that makes us believe that it can do more than it can actually do.
When you're describing something that vaguely appears human but isn't, are you not just talking about you?
The Conservative Party.
Yeah, you're not talking about all mainstream politicians right now.
And it convinces us that there is a person on the end there that actually cares about us. I think this is very dangerous.
To be fair, at least Kemi Badenoch doesn't really pretend to care about us. I'll give her that much.
What about, for example, there's some research been done on something like 1,000 boys. Found that 1 in 5, aged 12 to 16, is either in or knows of a boy of their age who's in what they think of as a romantic relationship with AI.
Well, I think
Not sexual. It's not. It's fine.
that's really sad and it's really worrying.
And is there a role for government anywhere?
Well, I think potentially there is. I mean,
is it all out of our hands?
Yeah, no, the role for government is giving 10, 20 gazillion more for Palantir. That's it.
I don't think it's all out of our hands because, I mean, we've been sort of late to the party on social media and worrying about the effect it has on our children. I think it's sort of the penny dropped that actually these companies are getting a...
I mean, I'm kind of worried about the effect that it's having on our elderly.
Oh, God, yeah. Because they believe any old shit.
I mean, I at the very least, right, the one grandparent that I have left, who is both somebody who uses Facebook a lot and watches AI videos on Facebook a lot, it's mostly just animals. It's mostly just AI videos of animals that he will continue, like reels that he'll endlessly scroll through. And I'm like, that is, at the very least, whilst dumb, harmless. It keeps his brain working whilst it's still at least kind of pootering along at like 20% capacity. But there are people who are like 20 years his junior who do that, and it's all like memes being posted by people in Sri Lanka because they makes a lot of money in revenue that are deliberately going viral to try and foment fascism in this country.
Speaking of which, did you see one of the Raise the Colours people has been arrested for murder?
I did see that, and another one's has been like for domestic abuse. A whole host of them for domestic abuse. Weird that their political affiliation has not been brought up in any of the articles describing these people, but yet, if it's an asylum seeker, we know straight away.
Yeah.
A lot of ad revenue from keeping everybody's eyeballs on the screen. And I think we have to be just very mindful of that, particularly in relation to how therapy is given. You know, therapy can be very positive and it can give people
so what
access
should government
to...
actually do?
Well, I think we have to look at the kinds of services that are providing this therapy and ask what is their commercial model. Is it something that has the person's best interest in heart? Is it something where there is a regulator that is able to, you know, doctors are regulated.
And if it's a company coming from America, as so many of them do, what realistically can a British government do?
Well, I think that it has to be clear labelling about whether a human is involved in any of the therapy, whether it's entirely machine-based. So I think transparency is very important. I think you may have to look at whether this is appropriate services for children. If it's convincing people this is a real relationship, there's a very young and malleable minds there that will start to believe this is reality when it's not. This is a machine that is very good at convincing people that it's reality. And I think the other thing I would say is that, you know, don't necessarily challenge you. Therapists might challenge you a bit more. ChatGPT can sometimes tell you you're absolutely brilliant. And I think they're not going to be built.
Jesus Christ, is the Tory the only person on the panel making points?
I'm gonna have a fucking meltdown, Kevin.
Yeah, this is...
I hate this so much.
This is the worst timeline ever.
I mean, because again, like, it's the Labour Party are more bought out by these kind of corporate giants than the Tories are when it comes to AI at this point.
Well, because they've been in government during the rise of AI. Whereas, what AI company would bother giving money to the Tories, knowing they were going to lose?
I also know that they can't win in future as well. Like,
exactly.
All the other, like, the even more evil AI billionaires are all in with like Nigel Frost and hilariously Rupert Lowe. That's Elon Musk is backing.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like trying to give money to the Tories is like investing in the Titanic after it hit the iceberg. Like, it's technically still above the water, but not for much longer.
Yeah, for sure. It's funny, did you see Rupert Lowe directly referencing the Carol Vorderman rimming tweet?
I did see this, yeah. I didn't cover it because I've been off for the last couple of days, but yeah, the sort of big news out of Makerfield is that the Reform candidate wants to sniff and lick the arsehole of former numbers person Carol Vorderman.
Former advertising totty for Ocean Finance.
Literally, yeah. Who looks younger now than when she made her TV debut in 1982. But she hasn't had any work done, honest. It's fine. Anyway. And, of course, Labour fucking shill as well, but never mind. Yeah, so that's the sort of big news there. Which, again, I mean, look, okay. I think there are things for which one should apologise. But, again, learn the lesson from the populist right. Don't apologise. Because they didn't apologise, and what happened? It just...
Yeah, don't back Dune. Double Dune.
Yeah, the story went away. And, like, do you think for a second that the fucking people in the Reform Party, or the Reform voters, give a fuck about that tweet? No. They couldn't give two shits. Yeah, I guarantee he didn't lose a single vote because of that story.
building resilient people, if we allow this, who can take the fact that the world is messy and difficult, and actually you grow out of pain. And I think that's the worry, that we're trying to sort of knock the hard edges off the difficulties of the world.
And can I also say, I think one thing that's a theme already tonight, right, is that we cannot predict the future. We think we can, but in reality, none of us really...
Well, I can predict one future, which is that one day you, Victor Repabali, will die. And that will be a good day for humanity. Just saying.
True. Very true.
Know what's going to happen, right? It's always much easier to imagine all the things something can go wrong. If you look at the history of technology, that's always what we've done. And that's probably a good posture to start with. What the government should do is focus on the actual harmful outcomes of the things we have in front of us. I think there's no doubt that AI-assisted therapy...
I mean, I'm looking at a
tutoring,
harmful thing in front of me right now.
Yeah, literally.
There's so many fantastical use cases, which is going to help everyone, no matter their means, get access to a level of education and therapy they never would have had before. That's the...
Yes, the magic beans will definitely grow a beanstalk, which will benefit everybody.
Starting point. Then there's all the things that's additive to that. We've heard a little bit of them already, right? But an AI therapist is available 24/7. We know from some research that people are more...
It's not a therapist. It's not.
It just isn't.
No.
Honest with a chatbot, because there's not a human on the other side. There's not the same kind of sense of shame. You're not afraid of asking stupid questions if it's in a workplace and you're educating yourself. We had a very interesting test where we had a chatbot that you could use in sort of a public forum in our company. And people would ask it questions, and we thought this is working really well. Then we enabled people to, in private, be able to ask it questions. The amount of questions went up by 4x.
Wow.
Because there's no shame, right? You're not asking a question in a public sphere. So there's so many positives, and we don't know all of them.
Also, that does suggest that you are employing lots of insecure idiots. Just saying.
It does.
Yet, what I think we should not do when we look at regulation is to be overly focused on the technologies that underpins it. How big is the models? How are they trained? What we should focus on is what are the actual harmful outcomes. I think with the discussion we've had here already so far, right, we can name some. It's a big problem that ChatGPT is a sycophant. It'll generally tell you what you want to think. So you may think it's a great therapist. In many cases, it's actually not, right? Those are things we can map out today, and we can take action towards them. And I think one thing I find problematic about the AI debate, which is in many ways led by these big American companies, is that the existential risk, the philosophical questions, they're very, very interesting, and I love talking about them, but no one knows. No one in this room knows. Sam Altman doesn't know, and Anthropic doesn't know. We'll have to figure it out. And that's a bit scary. But what that means is that instead of talking so much about existential threat all the time, let's focus on the problems in front of us. That's where we'll learn the most about how we curb these technologies and build them in a way where they are, by far providing good for most people.
Man there in the blue top.
I hate that man so much. There's there's nothing to analyse other than he's just scum.
Also, I have a really good point from Chumbucket in chat, insofar as we're over halfway through the programme and we've not even talked about IP theft or climate change.
No.
Water usage, land usage, power usage.
I'd be surprised if they mention any of those things. Very surprised.
I think it's great that we've spoken about cancer specialists and therapy specialists that are already there. My concern is that many of these platforms are owned by companies who are already doing societal harm. We can't control what the social platforms are doing now, and they're about to take over with everything they're doing around AI. How are we going to regulate them in that space when we can't regulate them for the things they've been doing for 10 years already?
See, Darren, that...
Excellent point. They're not going
to... And also, while Facebook may be causing social harm through an algorithm, Palantir also do AI, and they're causing harm by murdering Palestinians.
Yeah. Kevin, isn't it nice that Helena is reading her chat? But are you suggesting that I don't respond to my chat?
You're just doing that right now, aren't you?
Exactly. I'm reading it now because you wrote that in caps and it caught my eye. Look, chat, you can't have it both ways. Someone earlier was saying, I can't hear it. Can you turn it down? Can you turn it up? And now you're saying the clapping is deafening. What the fuck do you want from me? God almighty, I'll turn it down a bit.
That is something that came up a lot of times from questions that came from their audience. I know you're going to want to talk about the Online Safety Act and all that kind of thing, but there are...
Oh, did I miss super chats? Okay. Apologies. Thank you, Sozzle Snake, who says, lumberjacks struggle to be understood because they have strong accents. Why the fuck did you interrupt me for that? Why did you interrupt me for that? That you fucking absolute goober. Right. Did I miss anything else? I haven't missed anything else, have I? Oh, hang on. Did I? I keep replaying yours appearances on the Leftist Mafia. Such a concise compendium of how fucked we are, and presented with such aplomb. Bravo, partisanos. Well, thank you.
It was
Phil.
good. It was very, very, very good fun. Be able to just go like, yeah, no, these things genuinely happened. This is genuine happened internally within the Labour Party. I am not making it up. And they just like there was just reams and reams and reams of things that just become increasingly incomprehensible, increasingly unbelievable. And I'm just like, no, all of these things happened.
Well, yeah, literally, my favourite moment I think was Lance's reaction when we were describing the shortlist for the candidates for the ambassadorship of America, and it was like former Tory finance minister, friend of a pedo, and Bear Grylls. And look, nothing. I was expecting a laugh. No, I had to pipe up and just go, "That's not a joke. We haven't added Bear Grylls in there as like a like that was really there." And Lance pissed himself. That'll do. I'll have it. It's good that we are literally a risible nation.
And with good reason. But the fact is, the companies in the States, the real tech titans, there's a limit to how much we can control what they're doing and what they're going to do in the future.
Well, No, hammers. I'm joking. Don't do... What was it? Tech terrorism or whatever the fuck it was called?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Or is there not? Is there a way around it?
We can control what happens in our country. I mean, we're a sovereign country. We have the ability and agency to shape...
Really? We are a sovereign nation, are we? Maybe do anything about that then. Maybe literally do anything with that sovereignty at all.
Yeah, maybe like don't follow America and Israel into illegal wars. Maybe don't supply Israel with arms to commit genocide. You know.
Yeah, maybe do that. Maybe stand up to America in any way whatsoever, as if we're not just like a cocksuck for them. Maybe. Okay.
This technology in our interest and in line with our values. And this goes to my bigger point I made in the first set of questions, which is...
Sorry, Kevin. That reminded me of... I put up a video on TikTok and Instagram about why I couldn't be a candidate because, all the things that I've said on stream. And someone was like, no, you have to stand for Parliament so that someone on Question Time can bring up that you called Keir Starmer Donald Trump's cumsock. And I'd be like... I mean, that would be fucking hilarious, wouldn't it?
Honestly, I one of the reasons I want to stand for office, I never will, but one of the reasons that I would want to is to see someone list all of the people that I pretended to finger. Look, because that is a long ass list of fascists that I've pretended to finger. But seriously, I have fingered all of them.
I do believe that we should take a big bet as a country on the opportunities with technology. Because
just stake everything on the magic beans. Yeah.
But they think they're Harold Wilson, right? I think the main reason why, outside of like corruption, there's plenty of corrupt people in Labour who are doing this for corrupt reasons. But I think there are some genuine true believers who see themselves as the modern day Harold Wilson talking about the white heat of technology. Yeah. They genuinely believe they're going to be this thing that's going to improve the productive capacity of workers across the country, rather than just, again, totally supplicant state actors that are going to, again, be the goose that kind of laid the golden egg for the AI industry by throwing loads of public money at them for nothing.
Yeah.
I don't see another way of improving jobs, pay, and public services in the years ahead other than trying to get this right. But we do know how to do consumer regulation. We do know how to think about how, if there are products being given to people for healthcare purposes, there should be regulators that check what the outcomes of these services and products are on people.
What, you're going to allow them to put sewage into the AI as well now? That kind of consumer protection, yeah? Okay.
And if they are causing harm based on the evidence, we say no to them. I mean, we do this all the time.
We tend to say, when it comes to emotional issues, people being encouraged to go and do terrible things. Is it fair to say that
Terrible things
like subscribe to KF Logan 1875 on Twitch?
Okay. For once, you did the silly one, and I was going to do the serious one of saying terrible things like flying spy flights for Israel.
I mean, equally as morally kind of empty.
Oh
really,
yeah,
to be real.
absolutely, yeah. Anyone who subscribes to this channel should be at The Hague. Yes.
I mean, clearly, because they're helping fund Raytheon.
Raytheon and Hammers as well.
react to those things once they've happened, rather than see what's coming down the track? Because in part, you can't possibly know what's coming down the track.
Well, I actually think the UK is in a really strong position here in terms of how you legislate for these types of harms. In the United States, you basically allow the harm to happen and then you sue someone.
Chat, right, okay, someone said it's only necrophilia if you get sexual pleasure out of it. That's not the point. It's still illegal. If I had fingered any of those corpses, that would be illegal. So even
Imagine getting that out of context.
Even to joke, exactly, I know, clip that, fucking hell. If I had, so even just joking about having fingered, like I think I fingered Winston Churchill. Like, imagine that being brought up in a fucking political debate. You joked about fingering the corpse of Winston Churchill. Like, come on,
great leader.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just celebrating him. You know, he liked putting two fingers up, and so did I. Okay, I am genuinely, disgustingly proud of that sentence. I'm just saying.
And the law figures it out. In the European Union, they try to predict the outcome.
I did a pretty good joke today. It was kind of borrowed from somebody else, but I like the framing of it. So we talked today on stream, on the Far Live, about how France have gotten rid of like a 400-year-old law that just happened to still be on the statute books, which was useless because it required slavery to be legal to be enforceable.
Yeah.
Because it basically gave people who owned slaves the ability to like abuse their slaves, right? But since slavery was banned, it was completely meaningless because you couldn't actually implement it, but it was still on the books, a statute. And they unanimously got rid of it. And I was just like, well, given that you've not really fixed any of the problems of colonialism, right? It's kind of like taking away Joseph Fritzl's Dad of the Year mug.
It is a little bit, yeah, look, they're literally still overthrowing African governments for their own benefit and stuff. Yeah. Actually, white people love doing this shit anyway. The thing in Australia where they do land recognition, which, don't get me wrong, in of itself is not a problem. I think it's probably a good thing.
I mean, like in the same way that Joseph Fritzl probably shouldn't have a Dad of the Year mug, right?
Well, exactly, yeah. But just saying, oh, we accept that this land that we're on was taken from Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders. Okay, so you're going to give it back to them? Or no, you're just going to still have your Aussie Rules stadium and just say fuck them. No, they can't have the land back. Bollocks to you. Like, just saying it is almost a piss take because, like, you're accepting that you did steal it, but that you're not going to give it back to them.
Oopsies. We're cool, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, we said it. We said we did the crime. What do you expect us to atone for it? Jesus.
Regulate it, actually in this space quite badly, and then stop the innovation from happening at all. What we're really good at in the UK is legislating for outcomes and good regulation. These things should not cause harm to children. If you're providing a healthcare service, it should be based on clear evidence that you're not causing harm to the patient.
Well, in terms of causing harm to children, ask Yum Yum about his friends. Just saying.
We have excellent regulators that can test these products. We've got brilliant universities. We've got lots of great minds here in the UK that understand how these tools work. I feel perfectly able to be able to use legislation and regulation in a way that is pro-innovation, great for the economy and public services, whilst also protecting...
Hang on, what? There's a mutiny in chat. What am I supposed to read? What am I reading? So I apologise about this. Whose chat am I reading? Can someone highlight the thing? On the leftist mafia, you didn't tell them about the best insult. What? The fuck are you talking about? Oh,
I'm very confused.
I'm confused too.
Okay. Well, look, Laura, I don't want to put you on the spot here, but I know you've advised both Conservative and Labour governments. Do they know what they're doing when it comes to AI? And I didn't really mean to Darren, just in case you know. But you know.
Brilliant. I'm so happy with this question. Does anyone? I think,
I'll take that as a no then.
No. Well, so what we did when I was in government is we built this AI incubator, and
Jesus Christ. Okay. Apologies. Can you type it out again? You missed the super chat. Okay. Sorry. Type it again and I'll read it. Apologies.
When you say AI incubator, not everyone will be
literally,
familiar with what that is.
it was a team of AI engineers, experts, mostly taken out of industry, academia, people that really knew how to build solutions. And we gave them the problem, and you know, it was my team, so I'm obviously biased, but...
Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry. Right. Mo Gordat, who lost his kid, refers to AI as his kids. Really? He is deeply disturbed. Like, sucks the lost his kid, fair enough, but he calls AI his children. Oh, that's
very, very strange.
Gross.
It's grim. So grim.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you make the experience
Yeah.
of government more human for people? How do you build tools that enhances government, that gives people the services that they deserve? And the gentleman at the back was saying, you know, why are we only talking about the risks and not the benefits? We need to do...
What the fuck? Yeah, and again, that's still not true. Other than that one guy who said, like, oh, you don't regulate these pricks anyway. What opposition have you had to AI?
Do that, and legislation and regulation are very important, but action is much more important. We don't want to wait and see what the future brings. You actually have to decide to build it. So what do we as a society, and what do we as a government believe is the right thing to do with AI? What are we trying to do? Are we trying to equalise access, fair access to the justice system? Are we trying to...
Oh, apparently he was explaining that on Pod Save the UK. Well, there's only one guest on Pod Save the UK that I'm interested in.
Absolutely, 100%. Also, good point in chat from GD Saj, who says, what did you say, sorry? Not one mention about how the AI industry doesn't make money. It's always inevitable, despite the fact that only NVIDIA and RAM producers are making money from it all.
Yeah.
The AI corporations aren't there burning through money, which is why there's so much state-directed manufactured consent for this.
Yeah.
Because the way the AI companies make money is through public contracts, right? They are, like, the state for them is the goose that laid the golden egg. This is why Sam Altman was trying to press Peter Carl to give him a £2 billion contract to give everybody in Britain ChatGPT Plus, right? They know that they can't actually find a business use case with which to turn these corporations profitable. It's all speculative, based upon some big bubble on the assumption it'll make money somewhere down the line, which is why Sam Altman was saying he wants it to turn into a fucking public utility. You pay money for knowledge. As like you would for water, which is a fucking insanely dystopian. We have Wikipedia, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like, they want to find a way of turning into this kind of again, something indispensable that becomes like another feudal platform, because it means that people are forced to adopt it because it becomes ubiquitous, and the state has to give them money to ensure that they are engaging in the market, or the lack of market, I guess, in their specific territory. It's the only way it becomes profitable is by, again, getting states to force it onto people to create ubiquity. That's why these people it's so fucking dangerous, so monumentally dangerous, that the evangelists are all just, again, paid up members of actual governments.
Yeah, capitalism is one of the most rapacious, destructive succubuses that has ever existed. Honestly, it's the most dangerous thing.
Kind.
No, it's
I've always dreamed of a rapacious succubus, and then when I find out that it was just like the cold, hard profit motive, I was very disappointed.
True. Honestly, Dummy Mummy is not so fun when it's Palantir.
Ensure that every child has wraparound education.
They're AI companies are literally fin-dumbing governments. Oh, and fucking Tony Blair is helping the British government be a good pay pig.
And safety and well-being, and that people get access to preventative medicine. The way you do that is through deciding to do it, and that's partly civil society and it's partly government, and then investing in and going and doing that and taking the opportunity. So we need to go and actually build and talk less.
Build and talk less. Well, we talk quite a lot on this programme. Are we going to talk a little bit more?
I'd quite like her to talk a lot less. That is true.
Because we've got one more question. So do you want to say something?
I'll say this again, not being British. Welcome to the third world. If you import your technology, you're going to end up in the place where the gentleman was complaining. Exactly. Yeah. That's the whole point. The whole point is that AI, for the first time ever...
Sorry. Abanav in chat says, pay money for knowledge is dystopian when we have Wikipedia. Did you realise that many academic journals and papers require subscriptions to access? But those journals and papers have some kind of financial gate. They have a paywall behind them, because that's to pay for the work that the academics do. Of course, broadly, the knowledge that comes from that gets distributed on a kind of base level, but obviously the pinpoint data that is necessary on an academic level means that these people have to get paid somehow, whether that's by the state or not, it's fine. But they actually do work in creating the knowledge. AI companies don't create knowledge, they steal knowledge. They scrape knowledge, right? That's the whole problem here.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I call it a succubus. It's taking knowledge other people did or created, taking art that other people created and spewing it in people's faces for their own financial benefit, creating nothing, giving virtually nothing of any value to society whatsoever. At huge financial cost, destroying fucking jobs, and of course destroying the planet.
Also, actually, apparently, according to Big Chode Road in chat, journals pocket the money, and it doesn't go towards research. In fact, most journals have been forced into open access. I didn't know that. It's interesting.
Okay. Well, that should stop then. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Yeah,
I mean,
are there other aspects of the world that are dystopian as well? Yes.
I mean, making sure that education is publicly funded and ensuring that we have, again, everything I was saying before about open, good, well subsidized access to education is a good thing for society. In my mind.
Well, this is what I mean about it being rapacious. It has to move on and create new ways of exploiting things, because that's all it can do. Capitalism is just exploit, and not in a good utilizing way, in a kind of suck it dry kind of way. And the old thing that libertarians used to go on about privatizing air, they're going to try it. At some point in the future, they will try and do that. You'll have to pay for air. If a libertarian has dreamt it, some tech bro cunt will try it.
Literally.
Is the ultimate equalizer, right? And yet, everywhere in the world believes that you need to import ChatGPT. Why is there not a British ChatGPT? It's not that complex of a technology.
I live in an island of idiots. I live on an island of idiots.
Yeah.
They're open source, they're available. The work that Laura has done was attempting to say, we can build all of this here. You can build the next Oracle, the next Microsoft, the next everything.
This is the guy that was warning us about the dangers of ChatGPT. And now he's like, why don't you do your own murder machine? Yeah, cool, thanks, bro. Ironically, given his advocacy for ChatGPT as a therapist, go to an actual therapist!
It is the ultimate equalizer, and yet you're importing it.
I'd like to go further than British chat.
You totally disagree with
that? I totally disagree with that. Okay. As much as I wish it was true, and that we could just fund a company here, we could build a competitor to ChatGPT, I don't think that's how markets work, unfortunately, as much as I would wish for it. And I think we have seen enough of governments in Europe and the UK pouring billions and billions and billions of dollars into projects that go nowhere because they can't attract the right talent. They have free technology cycles behind. I think what we're really good at in Europe is the application layer. We're good at taking those models, building companies around them. For the first time in the tech cycle, we're actually seeing global leaders emerge from the European Union, leading on the global stage. That hasn't really been seen before. And I think as much as I would love for the foundational layer to be owned by Europe itself, I think that's a surefire way to waste a lot of public money.
I may agree. I will say, though, that it can be done. It's done in China all the time. The problem is that the European Union and the UK has not enabled innovation, and it's about time to do that.
I agree. All right, hang on. Okay, I'm going to take one more.
Yeah, we haven't allowed entrepreneurs enough freedom. That's the problem with Britain. Cool.
Yeah, we've not been significantly pro-business enough, despite having been a neoliberal trickle-down economic system for the last half a century.
Yay.
Let's move on. Otherwise, I just want to get to this last question because I was hoping to get to two more, but I'm clearly not going to make that. But there was a lot of talk about this.
You know what? One job I think can and should be replaced with AI. The host of this fucking show.
It's literally so true.
There's one cunt who deserves to lose their fucking job.
Particular aspect. And I think we need to address it. So, Botsangwa Chengwa, where are you? Off you go.
Do you think that we will ever have to hide from machines?
Oh, I fucking hate everyone. I hate everyone and
I'm
everything.
sorry. I'm going. I'm stopping.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm out.
So they're not.
No discussion of climate change. No discussion of anything like that. Nothing at all.
No discussion of the fact that AI companies are like literally corrupting entire governments. Nope, none of that. But do we have to run from the robots? Go fuck yourself.
No, I'm like literally again. I'm sad that we dignified this fucking waste of time, garbage fire, manufacturing consent piss fest with any amount of time. I'm very sorry that we did this to you, chat.
I am not, because I don't respect anybody, including myself. So, you know. Everyone go and follow No Justice MTG on all of the platforms.
Do the same, Careflogan1875. Please do that, otherwise I will be very, very sad.
Well, I already am very sad, because that literally has, like, knocked the stuffing out of me, that show. I live on an island of dickheads that's being sold to Palantir. I hate it. I hate every part of it. I hate every part of that sentence. It disgusts me. And yet here we are. Okay, who's going on Twitch that I can send everyone over to? Well, No Justice MTG is. Well, we mentioned Lance earlier, so fuck it. We'll go over to this.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. As always, free Palestine, everyone, from river to sea.
Yeah, from river to the AI to the AIC.
Oh, but at least in Trump Gaza, there'll be like an AI growth zone.
Yay! I promise you, I'll do more. I'll do like some fun slap or something tomorrow or today because it's fucking past the thing. Because this
was so depressing.
This was awful. This was fucking atrocious. Anyway, look, if you're feeling down about it, see an actual therapist. Do not go on ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Enjoy the surfs.